Can you guys hear us okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
Awesome.
Train wreck.
Looks like a tipsy blinder.
I don't know about that video. Crappy.
Where'd your video go, buddy?
Where'd my video go?
Yep, there it is. Here we go. Sorry about that. Welcome to Beer Money Pulling Team. Sit down, shut up, and hang on. Welcome, everybody. We have a packed house, and right away, I think we need to identify our special guest tonight, the Stig. I got to get him here. Welcome, Stig. 99 cents.
It's the old Stig too.
It is the old Stig.
Because the
Welcome
new
to
Stig
Let's
would
Go
have the
Bowling,
white helmet.
Stig. Do you have anything to say tonight? Nothing. Nothing. He just happy to be here. Just happy to be here. I love it. Welcome everybody to Let's Go Bowling. My name is Jason Schultz. We got a packed house tonight. It's Keystone Nationals week this Thursday through Saturday, March 16th through the 18th. Of course, you can get the live stream at watchpolling.tv. Been seeing a lot of questions on, can I buy it by the session? Can I buy it by the weekend? Yes and yes. Head over to the website. All the information's on there, and we'll cover that here before the end of the show. Jerry Richardson, EEP polling videos. Kendra Barnhart, the Jason Forrester, and Jessica Darr. Ryan Rusnik, Cody Vanderholm. So welcome everybody to Let's Grow Polling. So Forrester, you're up first. Have you got any sleep this week? We've all been following you on Forrester pulling equipment. All 17 of the tractors seem like they're tore apart and you're picking them. So.
Yeah, we've been getting some sleep here, but it's been a fun, I guess we're into it for about 2 weeks here now. We started building this hot farm, trying to do it in 7 days. We're grinding pretty hard on that. It's been a lot of fun. Basically, we're taking something that's never pulled before, and we're going to try to make her go. So the parts are coming in. We're building stuff. That's where I come from, the shop now. We're messing with water injection and fuel pumps and plumbing, all kinds of stuff up yet. So I didn't get my sonar head, which I hope to get today. Didn't quite get finished, but we'll have it in the morning so we can put that on tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Jason,
Yeah,
what possessed you to build a hot farm in a week?
I have a customer that has always wanted to pull a Keystone, and he's probably not going to get the opportunity. And his boy had said something about it back in January, and I thought, let's build something for this guy to run. So that's what we're doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Let's start. What is the history? I don't know if who wants to take this, Jason or JR or Kendra, but what's the history of the Keystone Nationals? Forrester, how did it get started? We all know how hard it is to promote an event like this and then take it indoors and, mess with weather and different. Can you kind of just take us through the history of the event?
Yeah. So how it got started, Tom Street, the Street Boys toy team that pulled an international there years ago. He was up at the farm show for a horse event, and he was in the arena, and he thought, man, this would be able to put on a tractor pull. At that time, we were going out to Gordyville. I think we went to Gordyville maybe once, maybe twice. I'm not sure. And he's like, that's pretty cool. We should do something like that here. Well, right away he calls, and that was in 2007, I believe. He called, and he's like, hey, we could do this pull. I'm like, all right, let's do it. No, we don't have enough time. We need 12 months to get something ready. I'm like, 12 months? Holy shit. Let's get her done right now. So in about a month and a half, we pulled all of our stuff together, and we put on a tractor pull. And ever since then, we've been pulling more people in. Everyone's volunteering there. JR's been there for the long haul, and does all of our ticket stuff. And we all get together a couple times a year and talk about how we're going to do it, what we could do for changing it. Putting a pull on like that is very difficult because there's so many different classes. Everybody wants to pull in a class that they don't belong in, but you try to stick them in there anyhow because they kind of belong there because they weigh the same. So we have a lot of that goes on. Unfortunately, we have so many pulling vehicles that we do not have enough time for the guys to pull twice in 2 different classes. So it's a little bit different than like Shipshewana where you can pull several classes. We only do the night sessions there, so we don't have a lot of extra time. And I think we had 260 couple vehicles signed up this year. So we got a lot of stuff to go. Our track is not as good as Shipshewana, meaning it doesn't go back together as nice. It takes us a little longer to get it put back together. I mean, it literally is some kind of soil that they use for the horses. So that's what we have to use. That's what we go with. But it works okay. I mean, it's definitely a pretty big effort to get everything done and make it run smooth.
I'm glad you talked about the soil, Jason. Not everybody realizes that some places have to deal with what's there. And if you talk to Tucker in those early years back in the old horse barn and ran Tool, they got in there and they scraped that top off and they found that good clay underneath. And then they, every year they'd come in there and just scrape that back. And I could tell in some of the videos, like you said, it just doesn't go back together. Keystone is a state-owned facility, right? Like a huge coliseum, right?
Yes.
So you're not allowed. I mean, that's meant for horses and ag and stuff like that, correct?
Yep. We weren't 100% sure what was underneath the soil that was there. Robert Martin with the John Deere Pro Stock, he figured it out for us one of those years. He spun it right down, and it turns out there's concrete underneath there. He smoked it right on top of the concrete. So now we know.
All it takes is a pro stock to usually figure that kind of stuff out a little bit.
Yeah.
Tony Kozar, the former Browns quarterback, is watching the show tonight, so that's pretty neat.
Actually, Tony is one of our new announcers for this year. For the
Awesome.
event. Yep.
I love it. I love it. I love it. JR, we got to do some fact check on Forrester here. You've been around since the beginning, and you still have. You color your hair? Why isn't it all gray, JR?
It's the lighting, I guess.
It's lighting.
Just look at the chin; that'll tell you. It's. I tell you, Jason brought up some good points. We don't. When you say 12 months, that doesn't work here. We don't. It's not a 12-month thing. It's done pretty quick, actually, and it just amazes me that everybody has a job to do, and how well it all clicks together. It's. I don't know how else to say it, really. I mean, everybody has a job to do, and I guess they do it, the best they can, and it works out pretty good.
No, I love
Guys,
it.
how big is the committee?
It's about 7 members, I guess, Jason, really, if, plus some family members that are part of the people that actually, I guess, are within the 7 committee member area. That'd be correct, Jason, if I'm right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like the spokesman for our team here, and then like Tom's a spokesman for his people, his family and team, and so it works out pretty good. But we have hotel rooms for the help, and we try to help so we can get a discount. And I think he said we're up to 65 rooms. Yeah, so at the bare minimum, we got 65 people that are volunteering to help, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people like to. Yeah. Yep. We have
the funny thing about Keystone, and I don't even know if we have this answer yet. When we first put it on, we said, "What happens if we fail? Like, who's paying the bill?" Like, we're talking about renting a facility that costs $50,000-$60,000, getting the sled and the smoke tube and all this stuff. And next thing you know, we rack up, we're over $100,000 going. And they're like, "Well, who's going to pay?" And to this day, I don't know if we don't even have that answer. I don't know who's going to pay. So we go into it knowing that we're not going to fail. So we try to put the most effort possible to it. Last year, the pool was around, cost-wise, around $260,000. So we're able to generate sponsorship, the puller's paying, and we usually get a pretty decent crowd there. So there was some years we were a little bit short. We had some left over. We supported the FFA for many years. We still support FFA. Wounded Warriors, we support them. Some 4-H groups. So basically, if you're a club and you have people that want to come work there, we will support your efforts if you come work at Keystone. That's how we give the money back. So there's nobody making any money here. We give it all back to somebody.
100% nonprofit, correct? Yeah, nonprofit.
We joke thus registration girls are going to keep it 1 year, but we never have yet. So.
Missy Kendra and the ladies disappear to a warm island after Keystone. We're going to know what's up.
Yeah. When the registration trailer is all locked up at the end of the weekend, don't ask questions.
There will be subtle signs when it happens, right?
Yeah.
There will be signs.
Yeah, crickets.
There's always that funny meme. I won't tell you when I win the lottery, but you'll know, and it shows like 5 pro stocks or 5 4-engine mods sitting there.
Yeah.
Something like that. So. A lot of great comments popping on the screen. Been a lot of messages from people the last couple of weeks, excited that Keystone's coming up, and that's the first time we've been out. We'll be coming out. Thanks to Jessica and Forrester for connecting us with you guys. Really, really excited to be coming out and get some coverage of the event. So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Jason, you mentioned that there really isn't like flights in every one of them, but do some of the classes have a finals on Saturday, or how do you set it up? Or JR, who wants to answer this?
I think this year, Jason, if I'm correct, I think every class has a final.
Okay.
Yes. Every class has a finals, and basically how we started, we took what interstate truck and tractor pullers where we pull at during the season in the East Coast through PPL. We started with those classes, and now we've grown into extra classes. We have a lot of mini rods around here, and those guys support the pool. They're always the first ones to sign up. Very little complaints from the mini guys, period. They have a great time there. When we started, we used to run 2 tracks, and now we went back to 1 track just because we've been getting faster on getting the track prepped, which is we have a lot of track equipment on the track to get it prepped. You'll find that out. You'll be like, why is all this equipment on the track? Because that's what it takes to put it back to make a decent pull for the next guy. It's definitely different dirt. Through the years, we've had a lot of excitement there. I get a lot of questions. Why don't we have like blown 6,200 two-wheelers? We used to run them there. We actually ran the triple engine modifieds and jet engines and whatever that the East Coast has.
Yep.
The problem we ran into with the fumes, and that building is set up, if you have too many fumes, it sets off the fire alarm, which happened in the two-wheeler class, and all the doors close everywhere. Every single door in the place closes, which is a problem because we're coming in and out those doors. I mean, it was a mess. So we had to cut out the two-wheelers, and we had to cut out the modifieds because being a horse arena, with all the dirt that goes up in the ceiling, the first mod that went down through there, it literally was raining dirt. Like, you can't even imagine. Like, raining's naughty. It was a blizzard of dirt. It was pretty cool to see, but the fans, I don't think they weren't liking it. So we had to shut that down. So if anyone asks, that's the reason we kind of stop it. We do run the interstate mods, which have blower motors, but I think they're 871s or something. They don't turn as hard as the two-wheelers and the big mods.
Right. Yeah, they run a smaller blower. Yep.
Yeah.
Josh Reed is making the trip 750 miles. So
yes,
where is Josh coming from?
Awesome.
Wonder what state. Josh, let us know where you're coming from, Josh.
We have several Canadian pullers coming this year. We usually do have a couple every year, but this year seems, and ticket buyers as well. There's several from Canada.
A few years ago, we pulled out on the West Coast National with the Perry brothers, all in California, and we talked those boys into coming in. So we had pullers from California already at Harrisburg, which was pretty cool. I think they were probably the furthest ones away to ever come to the pool. And we've had a lot of guys come. We had Light Supers there. The Bomb was there. All the big names were there. In fact, Mike Wilhite drove the tractor around the sand pile, if you can believe this, around the sand pile, and ran his back wheel into one of the steel posts at the doorway. Tore his tractor completely to shit at the post, and it was like pandemonium there. Like, all these state people were going crazy. Like, what are you doing to our building? It was, but we straightened it out. I put the telehandler up against it with the chain and got her pulled out, and everyone was happy then. But Mike Wilhite had a hell of a run down there.
Yes, he did.
JR, what year was that?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I don't remember.
We need to find that video, Charles. So.
It had to be like 2012 or 13.
Would it be that early? Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking like 2012 or 2013 era.
No, actually,
for the last years we had a big like super class.
The first modified that went down the track was Tommy Owens with the old Ramblin' Rose, and he literally drove it to the hallway. Just got stopped before it hit the other wall.
Yeah, Tommy's got one speed, and it's all of it.
All of it.
Yep. How much are you going to use? All of it.
Yep. Same way his father was too.
Yep. Josh is coming from Springfield, Tennessee.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh.
Clint Tucker and the guys are going to buy the live stream during their spring meeting. there will be a large amount of alcohol consumed at the spring meeting. I'm very, very convinced of that. Tucker and the boys. Tony Kozar's taking notes. 750 miles. Note taken. Laugh out loud. Yep. Good stuff. Mr.
I saw somebody
Poltown-
make a comment about the mini rods, and we actually haven't blown minis this year. I don't know. Jason
Pike
probably
Sig-
knows more about them coming in.
Kendra
Yeah.
Pike, he's a little slow. It's still cold in Wisconsin, so you got to give the Pike Sig a chance. Yeah, give them a chance. Where's that
Yes.
comment at? I'm trying to find it again. Tim's watching. Sometimes Mark uses Tim's Facebook page to comment, so I'm not sure who's on here tonight.
Remember one year I had to really twist Mark's arm to get him to come. He showed up. He kept to his word and came down.
No, hey, all those guys, and like they put on a hell of a show.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool to see, and we were happy that they made the trip in because it's cold, it's a long ride, and they come in there and they put on. That was probably one of my favorite classes to watch down there. It was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like people know what year it was. I don't know if that's the video there from Colin or not.
What's hard for me, Kendra, I can't click on the link as the admin, so I need somebody to send that to me in Messenger, or if JR wants to bring it up and do a screen share. So
Put
Josh,
me to work.
Josh,
Now I know who Josh is.
was he in Kansas City, Bruce?
Yes.
Okay,
It's in your chat.
it's in my chat.
Well,
Yeah, Josh is officially the owner of the creepiest helmet in all of tractor pulling. And truck pulling.
Cody, did
It's
you
in,
put it
it's
in
in
the
Let's Go Pulling chat.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Jason, was that the same year that John Deere shot a spark plug out through the hood and it went up into the audience? Was that the same year?
That was Sandiford. Mike Sandiford did that.
Yeah,
That was a different
same.
year. That was a different year.
Yeah, we've had some carnage at Keystone. We had a big block throw the engine out about out there at Chip Shawana, but he did it about 75 foot.
That was a John Deere, right? Jason?
Yeah, pro stock.
Yeah.
The story I heard on that was he was selling, like the guy who was buying it was at the end of the track. If he made one more pass with it, is that true?
Yeah, never made it there.
No.
The deer died.
The price went down considerably.
Yeah,
There wasn't much left.
It wasn't quite sold for scrap, but yeah.
yeah. Let's say they just renegotiated after that.
And
Yeah.
I have a tractor in that very same condition right now, so I'm not going to laugh too loud, so it's okay.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and Sidewinder, the one that jumped everything.
Yeah.
That was a light pro, right?
Yes.
Yep.
That was a bad weekend all the way around for indoor
Yeah.
pulling.
Yeah,
Because he wasn't the only one who split stuff in half that weekend.
Yeah.
I think that was the year that Kurt Geckner did it too.
One thing to note about our the end of our track, and if you ever watch any of our videos or you get the live stream, so we try to get and thanks to Clint Tucker and his crew, because I asked him a lot of questions, and we've been out there and trying to mimic some of the stuff that he does, which works pretty good and pretty cool. So we put the bales in behind there, and we put our sand up there, but our sand pile is very steep.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see these guys go up there, I seen in your intro video that the guy on the binder there that went up in the sand pile, he was so happy, and he destroyed all kinds of shit.
That was Jack Boone last year from New
Yeah, I
York.
think that's the first time he ever pulled indoors, or maybe the first time he's like, "Hey, I just kept it wide open." And yeah, right.
Why did you put a cheese head on Forrester? Somebody gave him a cheese head, it looked like.
Yeah, because Mighty Mouse
Mark Miller
is our sponsor. So we thought, okay, so we might as well Mighty Mouse, like that's the cheese pal. So we put a cheese head on him because, he's King Mouse. He put it right up there. We were just trying to have some fun. And the funny thing is, some of them guys were so backwards that they wouldn't even wear the cheese head. We're just trying to have a little bit of fun. They're like, I ain't wearing that son of a bitch. I'm like, all right, don't wear it.
Then on the flip side, we also had guys that wanted to take the cheese head home.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Everyone, like, you get running the pullers that are just there having an awesome time. And then you got the guy there that's so serious, he's worried about, chucking the torque on his axle nuts or something. You know what I mean? Something stupid. But you get all kinds. So our sand pile is definitely pretty steep. We did have probably the furthest pull we ever had there. The tractor, it was Jim Rand's John Deere called White Fawn. It was about 6 inches from the wall on top of the sand pile, which was pretty fun to watch, but that definitely tears up a lot of shit.
Let's watch Will Height's video here.
Oh, you found it. Okay.
Oh, he got a hold of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Full pull.
Yeah. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, there's the pull.
He's saying, "Oh shit, what I do?"
I was thinking the same thing. The words that are coming out of that helmet right now.
Where's the flagman? Is that a full pull?
There's Tiger.
Did he check under the tractor for the flagman?
Yeah, really. Wow. You know what he's thinking right at that moment. What in the shit did I just do?
Yep.
He's thinking Tiger talked me into this crap.
Yeah.
Yep. Tiger's been known to do things like that.
Yep. Yeah. Guilty.
Uh-huh.
Guilty.
All of us.
Hulk pulling his
You're
ass.
Rockwell. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Hulk pulling asked for some good old Tennessee moonshine. Good deal. I like that. Chris Smith says I was there in 2013. Hulk Pulling's. We have a business deal just happened live on Let's Grow Pulling. There's some moonshine being traded here on the Facebook. No proof. Good evening. I'm excited for the Keystone Nationals. We'll be there. Yeah, April. Make sure everybody that's not going to be there, make sure you understand the live stream is available. Watchpulling.tv. We need everybody, put that on your Snapchat, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever. Live stream is so important to events now. Tony Kozar, I'm catching up on comments. There's a bajillion of them. Tony Kozar says it was a 60-30. I got to find that video.
So Jason, our live stream, and we take constructive criticisms or just bitching. We take that well. We work real hard at our live stream to make it as good as possible. So whoever buys a live stream, give us some feedback of some stuff that you want to see different than what we're doing, because we want to make it better for everyone. Whether it be last year we had a different outfit do it just because Steinmetz is out there at the NTPA pool at Chipshawana, and he's always done a great job for us. But our new guy, he's into it. Like, they're in the production business. And last year I didn't have any complaints, but I didn't hear anything that, hey, we could do something different. So if you see something, just let us know, and we'll try to work it in or do something.
Jason, does he have a cameraman who can be mobile?
He has, there's 3 cameras going. Is that right, JR? Did he have 3 there?
I think so, yeah.
Or was that Steinmetz?
I would say, yeah. I think there's one on each corner up top and then one in the center. Pretty sure.
I'll find out. What are you thinking?
Send somebody through the pits. One of my favorite things to do when I'm watching like drag racing on Flow or on what Cletus McFarland's channel, he'll send a camera guy through the pits and just, stop. I mean, you don't have to, it doesn't need to be long, but it's a good time filler in the event that, God forbid you have Carnage that takes 10 minutes to clean up. Have a guy run through the pit and see who's out there, see what's happening.
Yep. Great idea.
Kendra, what's this calendar comment?
I have no idea. I thought the
I know what
calendars
it
had
is.
died.
Probably has something to do with pickles.
There are
We're
no
working on
calendars in production.
You want to make a bet? You just don't know about them.
Attaboy, JR.
Again, if you're just joining us, welcome to Let's Grow Pulling. It's Monday, March 13th. Jason Forrester, Jessica Darr, J.R. Richardson, Kendra Barnhart, and our normal gang of Beer Money Let's Grow Pulling people. Cody, Charles, Ryan, and I tonight talking with the Keystone Nationals gang this 16th through the 18th, March 16th through the 18th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. The big pull out in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Heard a lot of great things about it. The facility is really, really great. Everybody can fit inside. It sounds like it's going to be a good time. And all this whole show, I got watchpulling.tv streaming across the bottom. So please, if you can't be there, buy a live stream 1 night, 2 night, 3 nights, and support the cause. It's going to be a big future of pulling as live stream grows to get more and more people watch these events, because it's the best deal in town. I mean, you don't have to travel. You can just sit in your own living room and queue it up and watch it. So it's a good thing there. So question, JR, you take this one. Austin Thurby, how early do the dates get put out for the poll for next year? And how early can you register for the mini rod classes? And will the naturally aspirated minis be back next year? Austin can't make it this year.
Yeah, definitely. The naturally aspirated minis are there every year. They've been there since the very first year. I'm sorry, I'm on a different page looking for that John Deere explosion, but there we go. Usually December 1st, I believe. December 1st is like the day that the entries will open to all pullers. It used to be we would allow last year's first, and then after the first of the year we would open it to everybody. But this year we started December 1st. We opened it to everybody. So I would say start looking December 1st for sure of 2023 for the 2024 show.
Is Mr. Indoors signed up? I'm not sure what Tony means by that. Mr. Indoors.
Mr. Indoors.
I'm catching up with the comments. I'm sorry, I'm behind.
I'm not sure he's talking about there.
Yeah, I'm behind on that.
Jason Forrester, I'm surprised you don't have your Smurf outfit on.
Yeah.
I know you have a teammate that wears the Smurf outfit. I figured you'd wear that for a good chuckle tonight.
Yeah, well, you only break that out when you're going to hit the sand pile. And right now, we were down in Florida, and Pup Smurf was, I don't know, he's about has a cold yet. So I got to do a little tune-up on him yet. But I have to thank all my fans, Papa Smurf fans in Somerset County, PA, that are pushing me to make it run harder. So hopefully they're out there watching and giving me the push that I need to try to make some more power. So, yeah, we'll probably swap a cam in my tractor yet here before Friday and try to make some. Then maybe we'll get the Smurf guy out if he does well. How about that, JR?
There you go. I know he'll make an appearance, I'm sure. Okay.
I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to have a camera down in the warm-up area. So it's pretty interesting how we do it all down there. I think that's kind of one of the places that nobody really knows because nobody really goes back in there.
Yeah, definitely do that if you can. It's a cool thing. They tried to do that a little bit with Louisville at Farm Show this year with having Leslie be back in there, and I really appreciated it to hear from the guys in the moment where they're minutes away from having to go out on that track and capture their thoughts as they're looking at the track. And some of those comments were downright hilarious in terms of the shutdown that she got. And I don't know, it wasn't on purpose, but just you could read a lot into even the silences that were provided. So it was cool.
Or strategically not answering a question whenever.
Yes, very much.
Shout out Josh Miley.
Yeah.
Josh Miley shut down Leslie Mears hardcore, and it was hilarious.
I think she asked how the track was or something.
Yep.
What he thought of the track, and just yep, thank you.
At best, he didn't hear what she really was asking. At worst, it was stone cold. Nope, not answering.
Sometimes you just don't know what to expect in an interview. I did find the video, Jason. I'm going to send that over to you, or I'll just load it up here. The John Deere. Yep.
That warm up area is a pretty good idea. There's a lot of excitement that happens back there that no one ever sees.
Yeah.
So we had the smoke tube catch. So we built a thing just identical to what Clint has, and of course it has 3 inlets in it. You back 3 tractors in at one time. And if anyone that's pulling understands this, you get in there and they tell you to fire up, and the guy beside you has got his tractor running about 3,500 RPMs. And firing and cracking and going on, and you can't even hear your own tractor start.
Mhm.
But we had, I think,
Look at
3
Dan
years
Mayer
ago.
in there. Look at Dan in the black shirt. Down
Yeah.
there,
That's Mayer?
down in the front row, looking at.
Yeah,
looking
Dan Mayer
on.
was
There's
there.
Dan.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to interrupt you, but that's cool.
No, Dan helped us announce before. Yeah, so we had the smoke tube. We burnt the thing completely up, like all the piping, everything, big fire. It was a heck of a
Terrible.
mess. Yeah. And that same puller last year had problems, and he gets upset throwing his starter around. I mean, it's pretty cool back there sometimes. It gets pretty crazy.
We rebuilt an engine down there one year. Great times. Great times.
Joe Miller's comment's the best one I've seen all night. Devin Reagan and I sat side by side in the warm-up stalls talking shit to each other. Asked him what the miss was. I heard from his tractor. Now that's and that's something Joe would do. And Reagan would be like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
Yeah, got to know Devin really a little bit at a ship this past winter. Good young guy, an up and comer, and I can picture that whole scene happening.
That's funny. That's funny. Again, if you're just joining us, we're talking with the Keystone Nationals gang tonight. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, March 16th through the 18th, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. If you can't be there, watch polling.tv for the live stream. You can head to the website now. It's got all the details on there. So you can make decisions ahead of time, get your friends together, have them come over to the house or whatever you got to do, the shop, and watch the event. Anywhere you got internet, you can watch that event. Do you guys pre-sell tickets, Forrester or Jessica, or who wants to answer that one? Or is it at the gate?
We actually do both. JR is actually our ticket sales expert, so maybe we want to get JR to give the rundown on how that works.
I'm trying to make this video thing work here. What was your question, Jason? I'm sorry.
Just like tickets, are there pre-sale tickets for the spectators, or is it just walk up to the gate?
Both. We do pre-sale. We usually start sometime early to mid-December, reserved and general admission seating, and we'll run that all the way through. Like Thursday's event will cut off. Advanced sale will cut off at 4 p.m. on Thursday. For Thursday, and same thing for Friday at 4 p.m. After Friday 4 p.m. for Friday and the 2 shows on Saturday, you have to purchase them at the gate or at the door, however you want to say it. But yeah, we offer it both ways.
Perfect.
And we also have, which is becoming quite successful, is box seating. Box seating. It's padded chairs, 10 padded chairs, trackside, literally right behind the jersey wall. And comes with programs, all that good stuff for $1,200. And those that have got them, especially this year, bought them this year, said we would definitely want them for next year. And we do give them the opportunity to purchase their section again before we offer it for sale to anybody. So, yeah, that's getting real popular. My goal, hopefully, one year, we'll have the whole side, the non-smoke tube side, sold all the way down through. So,
great.
We're working on it.
There's a younger JR in that picture. I didn't mean to say younger JR. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
I just saw
you got me worried.
cruising
Oh
by
yeah,
down there.
yeah. That's definitely much younger. Not much. But
Say
I have
11 years ago now. Crazy.
Keystone Nationals
still
polls.
my 40s, so that young.
KeystoneNationalPolls.com is the website for all of you that are looking for any ticket information and more details. I got flashed up there on the screen right now. Jason Forrester, how did polling get started with the Forrester family? And talk about the Smiths and all that stuff too, please.
So when my dad was around, when we were just little kids, prior to him having my mom and him having us, he was like a street racer, cars, big time into cars. He had, all the boss cars, the building, drag racing all the time. And my mom had said to him, "Hey, we got these 3 boys here. I don't want them out on the road racing like you did." So he got into tractor pulling back in the 70s. And for as long as I can remember, we've been working in the shop at night. If we couldn't do the work, we could carry the wrenches. So he pretty much taught us how to build stuff. What a camshaft does, what you got to do to the pistons, clearances, how to put stuff together, what will work, what won't work. So we've basically been doing this with trial and error for all these years. And it's just a good time. Like the last week being in the pulling shop with all the guys, it's just been a lot of fun. You know, we wouldn't even have to go pulling, and we've already had our fun. It's been a really good time. So Smokey and Marty, they were our neighbors. And as kids growing up, we were always best buddies, and they would come around and help with the tractor pulling, and they both worked here at the shop. Marty still does. Smokey now does construction. But they always worked here, and next thing you know, my dad was always someone, if you were around and helping, he was going to put your butt on the seat and you were going to pull. So we ran, Smokey and I and Scott ran pretty hard, like into the full pull circuit in the early 2000s. We did a lot of pulling out there with those guys. In fact, we ran interstate too. We would go to 50 events a year for probably 10 years. Then Light Limited come along. You know, we all worked over here, built these Light Limiteds. They pulled. Their pulling deal got big enough that our pulling shop was not big enough for all of us. So Marty built a place down at his where he lives, nice big building. And they moved all their pulling stuff down there, and yeah, we still go back and forth and you know help each other out whenever we can. And we just been a long line of pulling with those guys. And that goes for all the Ford guys that are here out east. Somewhere along the line, you know, Gary Cubbage is a big name in tractor pulling here, has a lot of pulling equipment. And how he got started, his best friend called my dad. This would have been like 1983. And he said, hey, I'd like to, you know, make my tractor go and win the fair. So, and Dad never told this story. This other fella did. Tom Martin was his name. He said, your dad took his pump, injectors, and turbo off of his pulling tractor, sent it down to me. He said he didn't even know who I was. Let me use this stuff. And ever since then, they've been, you know, they were like best buddies. And then Gary was always there, and Gary had interest in pulling. And so we just sowed all these seeds, and now all these guys are pulling. And that's why you see so many blue tractors here in the East, because we work on them. You know what I mean? We try to help them anytime we can, and they try to, you know, get to the front. And you know, Ford tractor to pull with is actually a pretty easy one. The rear end transmissions are very tough with the Genesis engine. You can make some power, and they can stay together. It's a popular tractor here out east because we've been doing it for so long, I believe.
Love it. Jessica,
what is it about that Genesis block that's so tough?
So the Genesis engine was designed in the 90s. That was the last engine that Ford Motor Company designed in a tractor. And they built that to be in the Genesis tractor. And a Ford is a parent bore engine, which means it does not have sleeves. So the cylinder is the sleeve. The block is the sleeve. So if you put 20,000 hours on your tractor and it's time to rebuild in a Ford, you just bore that out, 10 or 20 thousandths, whatever you need, drop a bigger piston in, you're ready to go. You cannot pop. There's no sleeve in there to pop out. So because of that, and even the old Ford tractors are the same way. The blocks were a parent bore, and that was part of your frame. So you look at a John Deere, you look at an International, how heavy the frame rail. Just go look at a stock 1066 or like 4440 versus Ford 9000. Look at how heavy duty the frame rails are on those other color tractors. If you walk up to a Ford, it's just a thin piece of plate. It's not really doing anything. It's on there for looks. The engine is what's holding everything together. The Genesis was built the same way. In fact, they interchanged, no problem. It's just a tough engine. And they had a lot of new technology in it with the center head. Where we get stuck at, where we can't go to pro stock, is our engine's too small, physical dimensions. Our bore spacing's too close, which we built engines to 640 cubic inch for super farm, but pro stock never happened. Not going to work.
How many? I know you guys go to a lot of pulls. How many miles do you guys put on in a year? I see you guys.
I can answer that. The biggest year that I went pulling with them, I calculated it, and it was like 6,300 miles in our regular points season. And I think we hit like 35 or 40 hooks for our points that year.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I think that was the year we got stuck in a tornado at Hartford Fair or something.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind, our pulling around here, we're in the 4-state region. Like we're in southern Pennsylvania. We're 20 miles from the Mason-Dixon line. So, and then it's Maryland, 10 miles, West Virginia, 23 miles, and then you're in Virginia. So we pull in all 4 of those states, and there's a lot of pulls within an hour of our dealership here, either direction. I mean, we're right along Interstate 81, and there is just a pile of pulling that goes on in here. I mean, Interstate's just one organization out of probably 4 that pull in this area, and you can hit several pulls a weekend if you want. It doesn't matter. Like you can pull during the week. There's a lot of track pulling goes on in here, big time.
Okay, you guys going to ask you, Jason Schultz, if you got those links. I sent you 2 of them.
Yeah.
Now, what class was
it's
that?
ironic
what
that
class
his
is that?
tractor's
Was that
named
tractor
Good-
in?
Pro stock.
Okay.
Joe Miller sent me some pictures. I'm queuing them up right now while you guys keep chatting.
Okay. I sent you one. Somebody had said something about that. The funniest one, John Deere caught fire and the guy was running around in circles with a fire extinguisher. I sent you that link too, Jason.
Okay.
It wasn't funny when it happened, believe me. That was a pretty big fire. Uh-oh.
Look at that.
I
Look
remember
at that guy
this
front and
picture.
center. We love him.
First person I see is Russell Hildenbrand. How about that?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Russell, gotta love that guy.
Absolutely.
We need to get him on an interview with good internet. The night we had him and Debbie on here, the internet wasn't the best at their house, and man, they were a hoot.
Oh yeah.
They were a hoot. So the ironic thing is that John Deere was named Good News, correct?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
one that blew up. Yeah. Ooh, that makes me
It's
want to.
funny. We have a 60-30 in Wisconsin called Bad News.
Yeah,
That
Mr.
tractor came
Essex
from Kentucky.
farm.
It came from Kentucky. I can't remember. It was a title winner out there for, would it be Limited Pro maybe or something they run out there?
Well, I see it Tantrum Enterprises, so I know Lance Little had his hands on it at one point.
Yep.
Well, the crazy thing about truck and tractor pulling, us guys that are involved in it, we understand what that guy is going through right there.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd, on the other hand, they're like, "Oh man, that's really sucks," but that was awesome. Well, no, it really wasn't that awesome.
No.
But there, it cost that guy a crap pile of money, and it just
He doesn't pull anymore. Yeah, he doesn't pull anymore.
So yeah, that was the end of his career.
That was
right
the last time he was on the seat of a pulling tractor.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So Tucker's saying, well, Tucker's probably telling Zolik to type this in, but that was Alan LeGrand's 4-1 with a little too much help from Robert Martin.
That's
come on, give
right.
Tucker some credit. He can type.
not with all the capitals and all the
4-1.
punctuation and everything.
Yeah, Clint is right. That's who that is. Yep, who it was. Yep.
So that became the edge of sundown pro stock that Alan LeGrand had, which now I think is somewhere in the Farley area, if I remember correctly. It's hard to keep up with all those pro stocks.
So something I'm curious about and any of you can answer this, Jessica, Jason, JR, Kendra, all of this, it's a 2-part question. For someone who's young and upcoming, what is the jam? I'm where I'm at. Ryan, Cody, and Jason are where they're at geographically. What is the jam currently out on the East Coast? If you tell somebody, hey, I got $100,000 to spend, I want to get in pulling, where should they target their intentions? in terms of or that that competitiveness and have some fun. But also the second part of that question is, what class is lacking that maybe you would steer them towards and say, hey, maybe consider this?
As far as the tractor stuff goes, I have people that call and they want to pull, and I always ask them the same questions. Like, how do you want to pull? Do you want something that looks nice and runs okay?
Yep.
Or do you care about the looks and you want to run like hell? How serious do you want to be? So like when I'm building an engine for someone, like any engine builder, you can use stock rods, stock pistons, or you can use billet, depending on how much horsepower you're going to. It really always ends up way more than what you thought. Anyone that's ever built a pulling tractor, they'll say, "Oh, well, I want to spend $100,000." Okay, for $100,000, if I was building a tractor and that was the budget, I would build you a mod turbo, and these are the reasons. The mod turbo class has been around for a long time. There's a lot of tractors that pull in the mod turbo. In fact, I think we have 29 signed up to pull over the weekend. It's very competitive, and it's a class that, as someone that's interested in building their own stuff, can do it. Once you jump past that and you go to like light pro, that's pretty much a professional engine builder's class. You're going to spend $100,000 just on the engine. And I don't know, okay, they make 3,000 horsepower. A mod turbo probably makes 2,000, maybe a couple more. But it's a good class that you can go pull. You can go pull at the light pros. You can pull in the mod turbo. You can go out west and pull in the limited pro. You can go to New York and pull. You pretty much pull that tractor anywhere you want. It is required to run the OEM block and OEM head, which keeps the cost down. And it runs an A pump, but that's the limiter on the horsepower. So you can only get so much fuel out of that pump. So you can't run those big turbos like the light pro guys can. You talked about Riggins. He has a limited pro, which is slightly different than a mod turbo. His tractor's set up. It could run mod turbo with his A pump, and he will be this weekend. He put a P pump on there and a big turbo, and he went out there and he mixed it up with the big boys. So the mod turbo is a no-joke tractor, but the cost is much cheaper than the next level classes. If mod turbo wasn't in your wheelhouse, plus it's 8,500, so you can haul that thing around on the back of a pickup pretty easy. The next class is the light limited or the pro farm. So if you like 466, you can run light limited. I'm not sure that you would spend much less money on a light limited than what you would a mod turbo, to be up front. And then we have our pro farm class, which is one of the first classes that were started with the mod turbo. It's 540 with an intercooler and a box turbo. That's a really good class. Everyone always asked us, how are our rules so much different here than everywhere across the United States? What people don't realize is we've been pulling since the late 80s with these rules. All these organizations, it was just NTPA back in the day. NTPA was very cut and dry. You had the Grand National, then you had your state regional stuff. And they were all super stocks, pro stock, all the way up through. But we come with these rules that were different because this is what the guys were pulling in here. And we've stuck with it for all those years. So instead of changing our class to keep making it like someone else's class, they just made the same class. Like the light pro, instead of changing the mod turbo to run P pumps and be a light pro class, we said, hey, let's have a light pro class. So East Coast made a light pro class. So now if you want to go light pro, that is your next step for mod turbo. So in here, we have a stepping stone. You start here at hot farm, work your way up to pro farm, lighten the thing up. You're already at 540, go to mod turbo. You want to spend some extra $100,000, go to light pro. So to answer your question, any of the classes are good. Of course, we have truck classes too. If you're into trucks, we have a 2-wheel drive class that was just started in here that is very inexpensive to get into. So we have a little bit for everybody.
Yeah. I think East Coast wise, our hot lick right now is the 466 hot farm. that class is taken off. More numbers coming for 2023, more pullers. So it's it's the hot lick right now for us. We still have our super pros, of course. You're talking big money there. All of it's expensive, but I'd say 466 Hot Farm is a hot lick right now here for East Coast pulling.
So associations, JR, that we're going to see this weekend are mostly, it's going to be interstate. What are all, like, what's the majority of the pullers coming from? Where would they run in the summer?
Interstate, PPO East Coast. I'm sure there'll be some full pull.
There's a lot from New York, right?
ESP, NYTPA.
Dragon Motorsports.
Dragon Motorsports is another association here.
Yeah, we've got 20.
There'll be some Power Pulling Productions as well.
We have 20
Ohio.
states in DC represented this weekend, and I think 2 different Canadian provinces, right? Somewhere along those lines.
There's a few Canadians coming this year. So
They make
That's
it fun, JR. Be ready. So,
what's that?
they make it fun.
Oh,
The
no
Canadians.
problem. Oh, I know. Hey,
There's some guys out. There's some guys from out here making the trip out, and wish I could join them, but just is what it is. But it's awesome to see all you guys bring that together out there on the East Coast, and all offer that alternative venue, and I think it's gonna be awesome.
it was
Looking
scary
forward
at first. Like I say, we started. I guess 2007 was our first meeting, Jason, and everybody's like, "How are we gonna make this work?" Especially tickets. I'm like, I ain't never done nothing like that in my life. So, but I tell you what, man, once you just, you just improving. Now it's just like, we can start in December, January. We're good to go. It seems like anyway, but we meet before that. But everybody is so professional about what they do. I think I'm not saying me. I'm just, it clicks. I guess that's the proper word. It just clicks.
You have a great team. You have people
Yes.
that care, and you've been doing it a while. That helps a lot.
Absolutely.
What's the key to nailing sponsorships that fast? Is it continually going back to the well, or is that part of the relationship that gets fostered all year?
Yeah, we see sponsors come on board, that immediately after this year or even before this year's over, we already have commitments for next year. So that's always nice to have that to rely on. But there are changes for sure. We are constantly working on developing relationships, and probably the thick of it does start sometime in December. We'd like to maybe start earlier, but that's usually about when it happens. And then we just hit the ground running and, are reaching out to existing sponsors and touching base with new prospects too. And so, this year I think we have about 70 sponsors in total, give or take. 3 big hitters are always real important to us. And, they all come together and help make the show what it is. And without their support, we certainly wouldn't be where we are. That's no doubt there. So.
Jessica, what are all the different, you have Trackside Live. What all social media handles do you run?
Trackside Live, I've been working with JR on the Keystone over the last couple of months here. Forrester pulling, the farm equipment business as well. And then there's a handful of pools that I help to do marketing for as well. So I continue to do theirs only around that window of their pool each year. So there's probably a dozen or 15, I'd say.
You've done a nice job with Trackside Live. I didn't know that was you until, obviously I talked to you about a year ago, but it was nice to see that pop up, and it was new, and it was good stuff. So good job.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, that
Very
definitely
professional.
that definitely happened by accident, and at the encouragement of Jason and the crew here. I think I got an invitation to come out to a pool in West Palm Beach 2 years ago, and thought that it was just going to be a fun weekend at a pool in a warm place in the middle of winter. And then I wound up with a microphone on the side of the track interviewing drivers and, taking pictures and using my 20 years of marketing experience just to kind of create a little bit of something to complement what we already have going on in the region here. There's a lot of people that are really great advocates of the sport, and, we do our best to work together, and it's all good.
Yep.
I'm trying
Is
to
that-
figure out what I'm doing wrong to get an invitation to West Palm Beach. Man, Kendra, help me out here.
Oh,
Well,
it's
clearly-
not all it's cracked up to be. We all get
Clearly,
to
they
work.
had other motives. They are. So.
Jason has a way of like, hey, it'll be a great time, and the next thing you know, everybody's working. It's great.
Ah, okay.
You know what? Even when we're working, it's still a lot of fun. Like we never not have fun, which is awesome.
Yep, we have a lot.
Kendra, what do the Keystone Nationals mean to you personally?
Oh my. To me, Keystone is it's catching up with all your old friends. It's seeing people you only see once a year. Obviously, you know, I've been around pulling for many, many years. Jason, you know, all the guys, they're family. We're all very close. To me, it is different than the outside pulling world, than the point season. You're spending a lot more time with the guys. Yes, it's a lot of hard work. Yes, we put a lot of hours in up there. It's just different. It's, you know, everybody's a lot more relaxed. Everybody's a lot more jovial, hanging out in the pits. I have a lot of great pit pictures that I'm sure will be used as blackmail on some of the guys some years.
Atta girl.
And it's just different. I mean, everybody remembers the year that we rebuilt the engine out at Gordyville. Jason, that was wonderful. But we also did it again in Keystone. And, you know, it's just so neat to see competitors come together like that. And it's not just in the mod turbo, it's in everybody. So yeah, that's what Keystone means. You know, it's a family up there. Mrs. Street always makes us, you know, like she has her little area where she feeds all the workers, and that's always a good time. So
Is Zach Street related to the streets that we're talking about?
Yeah, he must not have jumped on late, but
yeah.
Tom Street. Well, it was Tom Street's idea. Period.
Yeah, we talked about that right at the beginning of the show. So.
Yeah. Tom was the brainchild of the pool, and of course those guys pull down there. Toby Markley and Guy Gokenauer have been pulling for many, many years, as long as I've been pulling. And we just all come together and made it happen. We still do it. It's a pretty cool thing to be with those guys for so long. There are a lot of good dudes there. A lot of guys that know what to do and how to do it and make a decision. And no one's in charge. That's the beauty of it. Everybody's in charge.
Yeah,
and
those guys are critical out in the pits. You know, one thing about Keystone is we can get just about every pulling vehicle in our pits. And it's a big thanks to them guys. They take you right off the scales and get you in your parking spot. And Toby's down in the warm-up area for 99% of the pull, I'd say, or back in the back. So,
yeah. And it's you can't don't forget, you know, the old ones as well, Darren and Destiny and Drew and that whole crew. They have Destiny takes care of the registration aspect, and Darren is part of works on the track at the sled area, at the starting line, and his crew also comes in and puts up the hut that the sled will back out into. That's pretty important too. So they've been here since the start too. You know.
Oh yeah. So Darren is the type of guy. He is a 100% getter done in construction. Those guys, they probably have the hardest job of putting all that stuff up, that building and the fans, and they deal with the starting line. And the starting line's a pretty difficult place because a lot of things go on down there people don't realize with the sled settings and putting weight in and out. And the big thing at Keystone, there's a lot of guys that's never pulled indoors. They'll show up there and they don't read the rules. And their hitches, the year that Hager changed the hook on the sled, that was miserable. Guys would back up there to get hooked up, and the hook simply wouldn't go in their tractor. We're back there. Darren's getting the torch out, torch and drawbars. I mean, it's just so hopefully last year was pretty seamless, and hopefully this year goes pretty seamless the same way.
And they're the last ones to leave usually because they're the ones tasked with getting the sand out and the straw and all that. So, yeah, I wouldn't want their job.
Kendra, a question that I want to ask, but I don't know that I want to actually know the answer.
Uh-oh.
What's for breakfast?
What's
Yeah.
the what?
What's for
What's
breakfast?
for breakfast?
Huh. Well, I'm limited to the hotel this year, so no crazy breakfast. I don't have to wait till the first outdoor pool. Mrs. Street does Mrs. I don't think Mrs. Street does breakfast. She just does lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's an interesting comment, Jason. The pit building, how large is that under roof? 100-some thousand square feet, right? You remember?
Two,
Can't say.
2 something by 5 something, maybe.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Big.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's big, concrete, and warm. It's an awesome pit building. Very
Yeah, and
Lots of
fortunate to have it.
electric.
The whole facility is all under one roof, 1 million square feet there. So it's
Yeah.
it's a monster.
It's 23 acres under roof.
Yeah.
The whole
Hey,
facility.
there's somebody who'll know.
Yeah, there we go.
There
That's the
you go.
expert. 172,000 square feet.
So wear good walking shoes is what you're saying.
Yeah. And another cool thing is we can get every vehicle down to the warm-up area, up to the pits and back to the state, like the actual pits, under roof. Nobody ever has to go outside. So that's
And
pretty
pits
unique.
are open to spectators too.
Yes. And we also have vendor rows, so go out and see all of our vendors.
Yeah, that pit building is not only for pit vehicles. I mean, the vendors are out there as well. It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the layout's really nice.
Is that Heidi Savanovic, like the bootlegger and the coal-fired Savanovic?
I believe they're cousins.
Okay.
Jason.
It's also a friend of Jason's. She's pretty well intertwined there.
I don't know all the back history, so I'm just happy to be here. So I'm just checking things out here. Kendra, bring snickerdoodles, laughing my ass off. Your scooter friend may like some. So.
Yeah, my scooter friend.
We're live on 8 different pages and YouTube and Twitter, and
I have to say that's probably Mike.
yeah,
That
the
is
Facebook
definitely
group.
Mike.
That's
Talking
definitely
about
Mike.
snickerdoodles and scooters.
Hey, I like Mike's ideas. I mean, if I can drive around on a scooter and see everything and save the feet, I'm all for that 100%.
Let me go pull that picture up real quick.
No.
Comes off of our show, so I'm gonna pull that from our show files here real quick.
So JR, we got Forrester's background. I want to know. I've never asked you this, and we've talked a
Oh,
lot.
my Lord.
How did pulling start in your life?
Pulling started in my life in 1975.
Hey, JR. I was born in 75. I just want to throw that out there.
I know I'm old, Jason. You'll have to remind me. Two of my uncles, my mom's brothers, when the Buck started in 74 and started, I guess, hosting events 74, 75, they said, hey, there's this new place, Buck Tractor Pulls, is what it was called back then. And that's only 20 minutes away from here. And so my parents and little me went up with my 2 uncles one night. And man, I was hooked. I mean, I was hooked from my first vehicle. I couldn't tell you. I'm sure it was probably back then. It'd been Tommy Beggar or somebody, pulling a diesel tractor back in the day. May have even been Marlon Brubaker. I don't know. But I was hooked right away. And we would go every Saturday night as much as possible when my uncles could go. My parents only went a couple times, but that's just how it started. And then, went towards close to graduation time in 85, 84 or 83, I guess. I quit going because, I got into streetcars and stuff. But that's how pulling started for me. And my 2 uncles got me. One of them's still alive. The other one has since passed. And boy, if I could just take a second to think. It was really my Uncle Brad. Really was the one that really got it spurred, really started. And I just love to have another chance to thank him, because made a lot of friends. It's a fantastic motorsport. And once it's in your blood, man, you're hooked for life. It's just like it is. That's how it started. Now, filming wise, it's just an old neighbor. We had a house up in Pennsylvania here, and he asked about some. My neighbor asked about some pulling stuff. Say, I got some old tapes. I shot a few events. He goes, I'd really like to take a look at them. So I gave him the VCR tapes, and he brought them back. I don't know, about a month later. I was getting worried they weren't coming back, but he brought them back a month later. He goes, man, these are really good. You need to sell them. Okay. So that's how that started. So. That's it.
I like it.
Yeah,
Hey, have you
love it.
ever
Love it.
you ever driven anything down the track, GR? On
Yes,
the
I
pulling
have.
track?
Yes, I have.
Then let's hear it.
At the Forrester Nationals, Jason will remember them. I drove Randy Devon's Superstock one day.
Wow.
The root gear
Nice.
farmer. Root gear
Nice.
farmer. Yep. Yeah. Had a little mistake, but that's okay. I got it down the track. That's all that matters.
You didn't like
There's
tip it over.
there's no mistake when you're doing a diesel super. If you get that lit, you did it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got it lit, and we're down, working our way back towards the starting line. And I'm on the tractor, and Randy, they're filling the water and yada yada. And he goes, "You want me to put some weight up front?" I said, "No, I want to take a ride. I want to drive the tractor." You know what I mean? And we
Famous
carried
last
the notes.
words.
I'll have to
Yes,
take the video up.
sir.
If you know Randy Devon, he's like a foot taller than me, and everything is like a mile away to reach. So I didn't put any shoulder harnesses on or anything, so I could reach everything, the steering wheel and everything. Boy, that was a mistake. Whew. That hit me hard, man. But that's okay. We got through it.
I'm jealous, man. I want to do that.
Randy Devon. Well, I'm sure Randy Devon's around here somewhere. He'll see it. He'll comment on it later. He always gives me a hard time about that. Don't forget to wear your harness. But, yeah, that was awesome.
That's
It actually lit and left the line easier than I thought it would.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Man, I'm
keep the
struggling
mystique.
to hold that clutch
Keep
in,
the
man.
mystique. Let's gotta keep them at mystique. Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun.
What is this Forrester Nationals you speak of?
My gosh, Jason, for 10 years, I guess. Jason Forrester can tell. I can't remember. Was it 2000 we started, Jason, up there at your place?
Yeah. So how it started was my dad. We were on our way to a tractor pull. My dad was in an accident and lost his life in that accident. And we were all around here. My mom, we all grew up right here at the dealership, in the house. And she's like, Dad always had a lot of used tractors around, so he wasn't here no more. So mom was like, "Hey, you boys need to clean this place up. I'm tired of living in a place like this." So we said, "Okay, well, we'll clean it up if we can have a tractor pull." And she's like, "I don't care what you do, just clean it up." So we literally worked our asses off, getting rid of all these old tractors and moving stuff and burning stuff. And in fact, the first year we had it, the burn pile was still at the end of the track. Probably see it on some of JR's videos.
Yep.
And basically all we did was we told some of our friends that we pull with the interstate, said, "Hey, we're going to have a pool. Why don't you guys bring a dish? We'll eat, and then we'll go tractor pull." Well, holy balls. You can't imagine how many people showed up here to pull.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
crazy. Like, it was nuts. In fact, the year we shut it down, and my mom has been around forever, of course, and we make all kinds of noise. I don't know if you see on my video, like that dyno run. Like, we dyno out here at like 2 a.m. She never says a word.
And
But-
mind you, her house is right beside the pulling shop.
Yeah, like
right there.
yeah. So she never says a word, but she said to after the last poll, last Forrester Nationals, I'm going to say there was probably 1,000 people here.
Every
Wow.
bit.
Whoa.
Every bit. Yeah.
And I don't know, like, people were walking through all of our buildings and, like, definitely outside the realm of where they should have been. And of course, my mom has a big picture window that faces where we had the pulling track. It's still there. And she was watching all this go down. And after the pool, she was like, "You know what, boys? I think you better shut her down." But we did. And because it was definitely getting way too big. So we started another pool out at Scott's. He's got a pumpkin patch out there. And it's a big farm, and we've been doing that the last 2 years, and that's been a lot of fun, kind of a continuation of what we started, just at a much smaller scale. Some of them years, we didn't even get to pull our tractors till dark, our own tractors, and we had to get tractors up there with lights and car lights and everything else just to pull because there's that many people there to pull. It's like putting on a real tractor pull, and we just wanted to have a little bit of fun. I mean, you get 100 hooks. Like, holy Pete, people were parking in the orchard. I mean, it was crazy. It was definitely crazy.
Hell of
I
a feat,
appreciate
too.
that. That's very much in the vein of what I still participate in with what Andrew and I started at the Legion Pull when he was still alive. So, yep, appreciate that very much.
Yeah, it was really a huge cookout and tractor pull.
Corey still says you guys need to have another one just to clean the shop up because he said the shop always got cleaned once a year with Forrester Nationals, and now it's just going downhill.
Oh, hey, trust me. Then if you go to our pulling shop, it's definitely pretty rough. And I to get back in order if I'm having a bad day and thinking there's shit everywhere, I go back to my nephew's where the used parts are. They've got 200 engines back there in a building and a whole bunch of parts. You can't hardly walk through it.
Mm-hmm.
I start feeling pretty good after I leave there.
I have to say, the floor in the shop behind you, that is cool. I've been staring at that all friggin' night long, and that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's the dealership.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's cool.
What sled do we want to have this year?
Allison sled rental, and I think Richard Loves Mini decision maker sled will be there.
Aaron Bradish says first time I ever ran the Super was at Forrester's. That's pretty cool. So.
Yeah, there was a lot of one thing about Forrester Nationals was a place that you could put someone else on the seat, and I actually ran Randy Devon's Pro Stock there because he'd never seen it go down the track, and he had me get on it and pull it for him so he could watch it go down the track. So I told Randy I owe him a ride on Papa Smurf, but I want to make sure I have Papa Smurf's up front before I put him on it because at that time I ran his tractor. It was definitely a top dog.
Yes, it was.
But we've started a lot of people out into the tractor pulling at Forrester Nationals. We let them flag, hook. You know, we basically, if you want to do it, we'll try to get you there. We'll teach you. Like anyone can do anything. A lot of people are afraid to get on a scraper tractor and scrape the dirt, roll the dirt because they don't want to mess up. That's a place to come, and we would put you on there. And next thing you know, you see these guys out there teching. There, we can get that guy there. Come to Keystone.
There you go.
You'll fit right in. But that's the place where you practice some, get some practice and go out and help some of these events going out through the season. I mean, it was a good thing.
Yeah,
I mean, even last year at the Pumpkin Patch, the bulk of the drivers were under 15 years old.
Yeah.
It was really fun to see them out there with these guys that have been at it for a lot of years, learning about, putting it all together and getting the tractor down the track. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been putting videos out it's been a while since I've done one, probably a month. I've been putting out portions of the Forrester Nationals, starting from the first year. I think I'm in the second year now. And I just recently, either the last one or the one before, Jason, when you drove Randy's, is posted on the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah, those videos usually make it around the Pulling Peeps group chat.
So Jessica and Kendra, what have you guys taken down the track at the Forrester Nationals?
Not at the Forrester Nationals.
Kendra wasn't old enough.
Nationals back in Johnny Law days, but I was too young to drive back then. Still a little wet National years.
Yeah, the Forrester Nationals for me were kind of wrapped up before I started coming around here, and so the Pumpkin Patch pool last year was really my first experience with all of that. And what did you guys stick me in? Was that a
Genesis?
A Genesis, yeah. So
two-wheel drive Genesis tractor with a cab on.
Yeah,
she pulled that.
So that was my big first try, and I had the ringer Mark Culbertson and the tractor giving me some guidance there. So Heidi and I had a real friendly competition going to see who could make it further. I think that's still up for discussion. So.
Just from a marketing standpoint, what sponsors do we want to mention tonight? And I want to make sure we're talking about everything that we're supposed to be talking about. It ended up being a big interview tonight, which is good. A lot of people are watching, but I also want to make sure we're getting everything out about Keystone as well. So
yeah, I appreciate that. We have 3 title sponsors that have been with Keystone for a lot of years. Of course, New Holland and Forrester Farm Equipment are big contributors, and Grantsville Truck and Trailer. Jason mentioned Mighty Mouse earlier. The Miller family out of Grantsville, Maryland, are also title sponsors, and they definitely are headlines. But then as you come down through, it really takes all of them. So we've got a handful of gold and platinum sponsors as well. And right down through to our class sponsors. Like I said earlier, I think we have about 70, but those are our three big ones that we rely on every year. We do have, if anybody watching is interested, I'll put the plug in there. We do have a couple of holes that we can fill on the title sponsorship. We're looking for at least one, if not two, for next year. So we definitely would entertain some conversations and love to bring some new companies on board with us.
If interest rates come down, the Schultz mortgage team might be interested, but right now, Jessica, it's a little tight. So
I'm going to mark that down, and I'll circle back to you here after this year. And we'll
Atta
see
girl.
There's a circle back comment.
yeah, I'm not
There's
afraid.
Just open the door there, man.
No, I'm not afraid. I can do mortgages in Pennsylvania. I'm not afraid. So it's all good. It's all good.
And I don't know.
thing-
I don't know
the
who
voice.
put up that comment about Sweeney, talking trash on Kendra about, Kendra breaking things.
Oh,
Really?
Sweeney
Send
knew.
one rod out the
Sweeney-
block, and nobody ever
Sweeney
lets you
saying
forget
that
it.
Kendra breaks things. I've watched Sweeney tear tractors apart myself.
I was gonna say,
And he only lived
I
out here
remember
for
him
like 4
pulling
years.
somebody else's tractor and returning it broke too.
That's
So-
all. I found it's all Mike Walker talking smack. I went.
Yeah.
And found it.
I know who it is. I know who's talking smack.
It's got a burner account going on there.
Yeah.
Well, he's in one of the Facebook groups, and that doesn't work with our StreamYard software. The names don't come through. So, but we have a couple big groups with a lot of members. I always like to be going here. So I want to keep this going. If you guys are, we have a ton of people still watching yet. So if anybody has any questions for JR, for Kendra, for Forrester, or for Jessica, or anything about Keystone, please type it into the comments. We get everything going
Hey,
there.
Jason, the other thing I'll throw out there is that we've done these Land Alive, a free live stream promotions with you guys and on the Keystone page the last few weeks, and we've had a lot of fun with that. So we've got our final round going both on the Beer Money page and on the Keystone page this year. So for anybody that's watching that isn't able to join us in Harrisburg this weekend, we'll draw our next winner on both the Beer Money page and on the Keystone page on Wednesday. So we'll have a total of 6 free live streams that we've given out for this year just to, get some more folks engaged. And I'd also challenge anybody that's watching over live stream this weekend, tag us, post your watch party pictures and tag us so that we can make sure to share all the fun from afar and get you guys involved with all the action too.
Yeah, that's the one thing with the live stream, Jess, is like the top of mind awareness of it, because you get a lot of that, oh crap, where do I find it? And you start seeing a bunch of comments on Facebook. So I'll be watching that Thursday and Friday and Saturday in the afternoon, just kind of keeping an eye on that, going for searches and looking for it, because that always seems to be the thing. We talked about it a million times. 40,000 people are going to see this show tonight, and still we'll have people asking, how do we find the live stream? So it's important that everybody knows. Watchpolling.tv is very easy to remember, guys. So please share that out there with everybody. If you happen to see that comment on something like that, watchpolling.tv. It's super easy. Even JR can do it. It's that easy. So,
Even a caveman can do it, right?
even the caveman can do it.
So, Jason, one other thing that's going on there that we haven't discussed, we have a garden tractor pull going Thursday and Friday,
Okay.
and it is a pretty big deal. Like, he'll be running 3 tracks on Thursday, and he's got guys. He sent me a list. He's got guys coming from 16 states to pull at the Keystone tractor pull. That's during the day. Starts at 8 a.m. and goes till 4 on Thursday, 8 a.m. till 4 on Friday, and that's free admission.
Okay.
So that's something else that's going on at the facility during the day while we're getting ready to pull in the evening with the other stuff.
So is that Doug Deal that
Yes.
does that? Okay. So he sent me some pictures a couple days ago. Now I'm putting it all together. What's this raffle tractor? Do you guys know much about that?
That's what I was getting ready to bring up next. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll let you have it, Kendra, but we started, Doug's he's a puller also, does the garden stuff, and he's looking for ways to, like, we rent him the facility, basically to do his show, and he's looking for ways to help offset his deal. So he started building these tractors, which has become very popular. You can buy a raffle ticket. I would say probably most of them, the guy like Russell, I'm sure will buy a bunch of tickets to win that tractor. If he doesn't win it, he will probably try to go and buy it from the guy who won it.
No pressure, Russell, if
Yeah.
you're watching.
No
No
pressure.
pressure.
But there's a lot of guys that don't get their tractors bought for any amount of money.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll pay. I've heard of guys paying $6,000 for one of these little tractors just because it had their name on it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you're going to get it. My tractor, when they did mine, was one of the first years. Mark Miller's actually the guy that got it, and he said there wasn't no amount of money that was going to buy that tractor. And I stopped right there because I knew he was serious. Like, he took it home. He said, nope, you're not getting it. I was like, okay, no problem. I wasn't going to give $6,000 for it either. Because Doug said, I don't know about that. I'll build you one.
And he always does a really good job with them. I mean,
Super.
they'll drive them right down the track. They're really cool. He's done Jason's. He did Guy Gokenauer's stress test.
Dairy Deer.
He did Dairy Deer one year. He
Demented.
did Michelachi's Demented.
Smiths
Right.
have one, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Smiths have theirs.
Yeah,
I think.
Marty
Yeah.
got his
Yeah,
back.
Marty got his back. Didn't Guy Gokenauer end up getting his back too?
He did not. The guy wouldn't sell to him.
Oh, I thought he got it. Okay.
Oh, I don't know if he wouldn't sell to him at the pool.
Yeah,
He might have got it back afterwards. Yeah.
yeah. And they
So it's pretty
sell
cool
a lot of raffle tickets on them things.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool thing. And Doug is a perfectionist,
Mhm.
and his attention to detail is like no other. I mean, he really does a good job with it.
And they'll have it on display out in the pit area where you can buy raffle tickets there too. And I think he sells them up until finals night. Yeah, it's pretty cool to watch him build it.
Yeah, they give it away during the finals.
Okay.
And it's always a copy of a
Of
big
somebody's, yep.
Cool.
He's done that probably
Yes.
7 or 8 years now, I guess. Well, how many did we just name off?
Yeah.
Did he do 6-shooter one year too?
Yes. Yep.
I think I've
so.
seen a
Another one,
6-shooter.
That one.
Yeah. So, I mean, that garden tractor pulling, I mean, is very, very, very serious. Like, those guys are definitely into it. There's
They're
a whole bunch-
diehards.
Yeah, there's a whole group of them around here that pull and will be there. They're taking off work. I mean, it's a big deal. Like, there's always something going on there. Starting on Thursday morning.
I think one of the other things that's really cool to share is that, you can walk through the entire place for free until it's time to go into the arena for the pool. And that is when you have to have a ticket. So, if you're not able to make the pool, but you want to come out and get up close with the pullers and the trucks and tractors, you can come on in the pits. You can watch the garden tractor pool. You can check out the vendors and hang out. We have a pedal pool on Saturday morning. Last year, that thing exploded. We had over, I think, 60 kids participate in the pedal pool. So, come out for sure and join us. It's free to get in until it's time for the show.
That's awesome. That's a cool way to get people engaged too, Jess. Kendra, somebody just sent us a picture of your scooter. We have it here live.
Haha.
Or the beep beep.
Oh, that's just terrible.
That you said awesome incorrectly.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
I don't know who
I don't
did
know how
that.
I always end up the one getting picked on.
We all, Kendra, you and I can have a therapy session later. and talk about it.
It's a good thing I can take it. It's from years of hanging around in the pulling shop. We'll just throw that out there.
Yep. Forrester wouldn't keep you around, Kendra, if it wasn't worth it. So
I know.
he's pretty honest. Art Klein says a personal thank you. We appreciate the Keystone Nationals indoor truck and tractor pull making the 2050 blown small black class happen this year. So what I like about that is, it gives them a chance to pull at a big time national event with live streaming in front of big crowds like that. That's really, really cool, Forrester, that you're getting them all in there like that. So,
Yep. Yeah, we're excited to see him run. We have a couple local guys here to pull in that class. We had the Grand National Minis here a couple times. So we always like bringing a class in. It's something different for everyone to see. Try to keep it new. We had semis there one year. So we try to try hard to bring something else in that people don't get to see during the outside season. And the blown minis is one of those.
How many tractors from the Jason Forrester camp will be competing at the Keystone Nationals this weekend?
So Forrester Pulling will have 5 tractors there.
Okay. Which ones?
Two in the Mod Turbo, Pop Smurf and Bleeding Blue. Stitch is our new Pro Farm that we have that was previously one of Gary Cubbage's Pro Farms. We did some work on it, redid it, and painted it. We'll have that. I think it pulls on Saturday. And then this hot farm we're building, and my nephews are also building a hot farm back in the other shop. So we'll have 2 hot farms, and we'll have
Sue,
Sue will be there pulling in light limited.
Anthony.
Oh yeah, Anthony. Oh yeah.
So the number's going up. It's like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Honestly, we have no idea.
Yeah, we don't really know. I mean, I got 2 of Vern's tractors here right now, and I see they got them all cleaned up and the tires all waxed up and wrapped in. I mean, crazy shit they're doing here with these binders.
I actually just talked to Vern today, and he's a little disappointed that you're not stirring the pot with your Forrester. You're in the full.
I told Vern he needs to just relax a little bit. I mean, we'll get to that, but we gotta break him in softly. Vern, I gotta tell you, Vern is probably my second #1 fan of Papa Smurf, and probably about my second #1 mechanic. A lot of times Vern will come down here to meet us to go pulling, and I'm always still working on the tractor. And Vern, he jumps right in there and helps me finish whatever we need to do. So, yeah, Vern's a pretty good buddy that way.
When I called Vern this year about his sponsorship, he was really funny because he was hoping that maybe in the ad in his program book ad, we could add that he was the proud sponsor of Papa Smurf. So.
I still think we should have done that. That's fantastic.
Now we talk a lot about tractors, but Tony I mean to interrupt y'all, but we do have some tremendous truck classes too. I mean, it's we got some pretty big names in the modified 4-wheel drive and small block. Jason, you got some family as well on that in the small block 4x4, and it's a pretty good deal. Yeah, we got some very strong truck classes.
Yeah, our truck classes and our modified class, very, very competitive. A lot of different equipment that runs in both those classes, and they put on a really good show. I mean, like the whole show, like people asked, what night should I buy? What night should I come? Come any night. You know
Pick
what I mean?
one. Pick one. They're all good.
Whatever suits you will be fine because you're going to get a good show every night at the Keystone Nationals.
What you should say is every one of them.
Yeah.
All weekend.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
You won't get it. You won't beat the price. I can promise you that. We're cheaper than any other indoor pool.
All right. Cody,
I wish
you have it up on the screen. Do you have your big TV up, right?
Me?
Yeah.
The monitor? Yeah.
Can you read that?
Yeah. What do you want to read?
I want you to pick a winner out of each one of these classes as we scroll down.
Oh,
boy.
None of these guys.
Oh my Lord.
Not doing it.
Why not? Charles?
If you blow it up big enough where I can read it, yeah, let's do it.
Let me okay, hold on.
I don't know all the guys that pull out there that well.
That's what makes it fun, Cody. You just
I'd be
you
picking
go by the
straight
name.
on names probably would be my deal.
I'm just a punter, but let's go.
Yep, I'm gonna make the screen bigger. I can't zoom in on that. Give me 1 second.
Charles, if you're the punter, you're on the special team. So I'm just saying, like, special.
Yeah. Wait for me to run that punt back. Let's go.
All right.
I mean, you
Charles,
were
should
wearing a
read
helmet
this
at the
now.
beginning of the show, so
Yeah, well, exactly.
There's a reason.
Exactly. You gotta know what you're getting into. You gotta bring the PPE in and be ready for it. Yeah, of course.
I don't even know if I could pick a winner. Holy moly!
Yeah, I wouldn't want to try to pick one. See, Brenton
Can you read
Rogers
that,
asked
Charles?
how the Super Farm class was. We have a great Super Farm class there on Fridays.
Charles, can you read that?
Yeah, I can.
Thursday night, 11,000 hot farm, 10,000 P pump. Forrester, give us a quick breakdown of this class, rule wise.
So the interstate class is a pump box turbo, like a $900 3-in 3-out turbo. I think their rules are 474 cubic inch limit. We have the guys come from New York. You're not allowed to cut tires on that either. The guys from New York can run some cut tires. They run P pumps and any turbo they want 3x3. So those guys make a lot of power. So we tried to make it a little bit closer that's why you have the 11,000 pound versus 10,000 pound P pump.
Yep.
Because they do make more power. So last year, I think the interstate tractor ended up third, and there was 2 New York tractors first and second. So I'm not sure how it's going to pan out with that 1,000 pound difference. Because we'll see.
I want to take Beer Run just because of the name. I'm just going to throw that out there right away. So
I'd take White Lies.
okay,
For White
Ryan, Roos,
Give me expensive guesswork.
okay, and Charles.
Salvaged after hours.
We're not going to make any of the Keystone group pick winners because that's not fair to you guys. So
Well, Jason's
never gone.
obligated to pick number 3.
Yeah.
No, not really. You look down through that list there, I got obligations to a fair amount of them there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Snorting Horse. That made the trip to West Palm.
Yeah.
That was at
Snorting
State
Horse.
U, wasn't it?
Yep, he did.
How does one name their tractor the Snorting Horse?
You got to start it with something.
Okay,
I would say you need to come to Keystone and walk up to that Mr. Eppert and ask him how he got that name.
okay, done. All right, small block minis, flight 1. I'll go first. I like the Paycheck Hooker. I like that's a good name. Cody,
I don't know. We'll go with the straight shooter.
Roos,
Heather Sutton, Polar Bear Express.
okay, and Mr. Charles.
I don't know any of these tractors. I'm going with Royal Mess.
I just go with the names. That's fun.
I would pick one, but I don't want to play any favorites.
No, JR, seriously, we don't want you guys.
Okay.
We don't want you or Kendra or Jess or
You go
Jason.
halfway.
We don't want
You go
anybody
halfway
to beat
down the
you.
list. That's the only hint I'm going to give you. If I could just learn to pronounce his last name sometime.
Weischer. He's a strong runner on the interstate
Yes, he
circuit.
is. Yes, he is.
He is usually at the top.
Stephen Goodwin runs hard too.
Yeah.
Now you tell us.
Yeah.
We're
Right?
not allowed to tell you, right?
No, you're not. So shut up.
No, we've done these.
We'll
We've done
just
these
tell you
picking.
when you're wrong. How about that?
Yeah, that's how we go.
We do these picking contests, and people will come up to us at Ship Shawana. I can't believe you picked him to win, or I'm like, we're just having fun, guys. Relax, Charles.
Yeah.
So, we'll get hammered on pulloff.com tomorrow if we're not careful. 7700 light limited turbo Thursday night. I'm gonna go with. Ooh. I'm gonna take the Instigator out of Ontario, Drummondville, Ontario. Cody,
I'll take Mark's Ford 9600.
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I left that softball for you. Bruce?
Give me Bradley Seal, Mother-in-Law's Nightmare.
Yes. Yeah, another blue one, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Old Wisconsin tractor.
Yeah. Craig Whitaker. I used to pull against it with my 1206. Charles.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so I'm going to go Unleashed.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a good pick.
Yeah. All of those were good picks. You guys all did good.
Thank you. Kendra, be careful. They'll put you on pull off.
Trying to
Thursday
get
night,
the forms out.
6200 mod 4x4. I'm going to go with, let's see if I recognize any of these guys. I like One Potent Rodent. That's a cool name. I'm going to go with One Potent Rodent.
Cody? What's number 14?
Johnny's Buzzard.
I'm going to go to the Tasmanian Terror 2.
Okay.
That's the defending champion.
I was going to say, I think that's the winner from last year.
Yeah.
Bruce?
Anybody who makes up their own words is cool with me, so Seth Madison gets my vote with the Atagonizer.
And Charles.
We're gonna do what we're doing right now, killing time. So Troy Nails.
No, this is a great way to highlight all the competitors, Charles, and have a little fun with it.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Uh-huh.
The comments are Tony Kozar, as the announcer's, coming in strong with votes. Tony, be careful because people are going to come up to you. So, give you
Tony
snap.
don't care. Trust me. Don't bother him.
Tony's profile photo is of a guy holding up a gun, so I don't think Tony cares. 7,800-pound modified. Feeling froggy. I saw Feeling Froggy down in Florida.
He's the past champion up here. Yep.
Okay, I'm taking it. I'm going Feeling Froggy. Yeah, Mike. Mike's been commenting on the show all night. So
I'm gonna probably have to say that unaffordable, because that's where I guess 3 of us in this group sit.
She's a tough one. That's a good pick.
And a past champion as well.
Bruce?
I'll take Andy with the Boss 9.
CP.
What's the ex-Michigan tractor that has the unequal length suspension on the front?
JR?
Unequal suspension.
Is that Haley's new tractor?
Yeah, it'd be coil over. And,
So that would be
double A arm.
Saturday's show.
Yeah, that'd be on a Saturday.
Yeah, I think it's called
Oh,
Track
okay.
Fever, maybe.
Track fever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so for now, I'm going with I'm gonna go unaffordable.
I like it. Okay, 10,000 hot stock. I blew it up a little. Oh, no, we got it in there. This is Thursday night still. 10,000 hot stock. I'm taking let me look here. Ding 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 ding.
Oh, I got mine one right.
I'm gonna go Mumford Mechanical Bull
Yep.
out of Virginia.
That's the defending champ.
He got the cheese head quite a lot last year.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that tractor. So
Yep.
That's a good one to pick.
I'll go with Milkman's Mojo.
that's a
I
good
think
name.
he made the finals last year too.
Roos
I got to go with my boy Foreman. It's always something.
Yep.
and Charles.
Ah, damn. Two, you already took what I was gonna pick. I'm gonna go Milkman's Mojo.
I like it. Kozar saying John Foreman and Adam Wilson saying Raging Red.
Nobody said Black Stripe Edition.
Raging
That
Red would have
surprised
been a
me.
good pick.
Yeah. That's always a tough runner when down in Georgia.
This is all Thursday. Man, this is a big show, Forrester. Holy crap.
Yeah, we like to pack them in.
We like a
Oh.
challenge.
Wow. 2050 big block minis.
Hmm.
I'm going to go with. I love it. I'm going to go Wonky Donkey. Jeff
I
Paul.
knew it. I knew he was going to pick.
Say, I knew it.
Yeah, yeah. If he hadn't, I would have.
Yeah.
Cody?
I'll probably go with Blowing Dollars and Cents.
Nice. James Butler out of Mechanicsville, Maryland.
I'll take the long shot.
Okay. Rob Wise out of Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
That is
And
a
Charles.
multiple defending champion. Yes, multiple
I
times.
do not know any of these tractors, so I'm gonna go can't get right because I can't.
Okay, 6,300 Outlaw 4x4 North. What is that, Forrester?
So we have a big following of 6,300 trucks in this area. So we do a north, a south, and third class is called the Rebels.
Rebels, yeah.
Rebels.
And so we just run, they bring their 5 best trucks from their organizations
Cool.
and they run. And
Cool.
we take the top 2 and run them against each other. So we have 6 trucks Saturday night going for the championship.
So kind of like a street outlaw thing almost. You know, the
Pretty much.
608 versus the okay.
So is that based off of last year's results then? Bring them all in and
I'm not in charge of that. I'm not sure how it's based. I'm sure there's each organization does their own, so I'm not sure how they handle that. I'm
I'm
guessing
gonna
they're
take,
sending the ones with the most power and that are ready to go pull in March.
Cool.
That's also a fair assessment.
I'm going to go with Douglas Aruda with Amateur Night out of Rhode Island because I don't know any pullers from Rhode Island until tonight. So there you go.
Right on.
I'll go with the little hooker.
You would.
Yep.
We're all friends.
Oh, let's go with Hammer.
And Charles.
I'm with you, Jason. This is amateur night.
Yeah.
The defending champion is Fatal Attraction.
Okay. Hey,
It's
Steak,
one-
put your helmet back on if you can't keep a positive attitude, okay?
Hey,
But they
Jason
can't talk.
Schultz,
Yeah.
I just sent you a video of the hammer truck from last year. You might
Okay.
want to play that real quick.
Okay. That's a good cue that you might want me to play that real quick.
Do we all need to change our answer here or what? Who's got the Jeopardy theme queued up, Charles?
No, but I can make that happen.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I thought he put me in the box for a minute. I was like, damn it.
I can bring out the
Oh,
bus.
the night
if I
isn't
need
over
to.
yet.
Cody, I can bring out the bus.
There we go.
Whoops.
My God, get some traction, man!
Wow.
A lot of RPMs there, Charles.
Oh, yeah.
All of them.
crap.
Most of them.
All
Most of them.
Holy.
All of them, Ryan.
I'm not even sure he spun a wheel there. His clutch, something was way wrong there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poor guy. Is he coming back?
Yes.
Nice.
Coming back to
Yeah,
redemption.
he's coming back way in the back.
You're not going to keep Steve down, trust me. Steve is unique.
Tony Kozar says he don't care. He's to the wood every time.
Yes, sir. That's right.
All right. Friday night. Oh, no. Yeah, no, we got to pick here's flight 2 of the mini, small block minis. I'm going to take Jack Brink out of New Jersey with Nail It.
Damn it.
Cody?
I'll take Lil Reaper.
Bruce?
How about the Sawduster?
Okay. And Charles.
Lasher, hey girl, hey!
I love you, Charles.
Defending
far.
champion of that class is Bear Tracks.
Okay.
And there's the DC guy too.
Yes.
Devin Fleet.
Yeah, from Washington, D.C. How about that?
That is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's different.
I think Jessica mentioned, you said 20 states, 2 provinces, and DC, I think Jess said earlier.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, from what, Tennessee, Illinois, Michigan, East, the only state that we don't have covered out here is Delaware. We don't have a Delaware puller registered.
So
Holy New York in the Super Farm class. Yikes.
Yeah.
Lots in New York.
What farm show? 44 Special and Saturday Night Hooker, right? We're there.
Yep.
I think at the farm
Yep.
show this year. I'm taking. I want Scott. Is it Scott Christ or Scott Christ?
Chris.
Christ.
Okay, I want him. I'm going just for fun. I know that tractor. So
we're close enough to oh, that's a tough one. We're close enough to like late hour, so I'm taking Working Girl.
atta boy. Cody's got one thing on his mind, guys.
Very clearly. Best hair in pulling. Shane McFarland with the Ruttenbuck.
For real?
Oh Lord. Yeah.
I need proof. I need proof.
Oh, you've never seen
yeah.
Ian Ericer. He's got
Yeah,
nothing.
he and Eric go take that. Yeah.
He's been called Fabio a time or two.
I met
Yeah,
Ian a couple weeks
but
ago.
Shane's got like a white guy afro that will beat the band. I mean, and it goes all the way around his face because his beard kind of goes bleh, too.
Yeah, but he's not a village idiot, is he, Ken?
He's not. I like Shane.
I think Jessica's trying to laugh off of screen because she's like in charge of marketing. So
Oh,
love
we
it.
have a few candidates for best hair for sure.
We can still do that yet tonight. It's our show, guys. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, we should probably put together a list.
We do need to do a whole show on the best hair and pulling. So, and best mustache. That can be another show. So, all right.
That's a
You gotta
short.
keep going.
That's a short
Carl?
show, and you know it.
I know. Charles.
I'm gonna go. RJ plays it straight, no nitrous, Red Dog.
Love you.
Oh, yes, the history of that tractor, huh? Oh,
Charles.
boy.
Charles, I love you. That's awesome. 6,200 modified 4x4. I'm going to go with Gone AWOL because I love that truck. I've seen pictures of it
Oh,
year
that's
after
such
year
a cool truck.
at the
A
Keystone
lot of
Nationals.
history. A lot of history with that truck, too.
Yes.
Gone AWOL.
Renegade.
Okay. Bruce?
I'm taking Mick Broughton. Shock treatment for the win all the way.
Pretty
Nice.
truck.
Charles?
Wow, Alan Letterman's coming out.
I gotta go with my
Now-
hometown boy. I gotta go with my hometown boy because I don't want him to fuck up my shirts. So I'm gonna go with Mick Broughton as well.
Actually, Alan Letterman is a scratch.
Oh
I
man,
forget. Yeah, he don't have his engine done. I forget who took his place.
tell you
Help me
what,
out
that
here,
is a beautiful truck. When you get to see it next year, assuming he comes out, that is a
Yeah.
gorgeous truck.
that truck has started life.
A lot of
with
history.
Willie Umps as bits and pieces. Everybody knows
Yep.
who Willie Umps is, and then it went from there to Steve Conrad. It was Barbara Ann for many years.
That's going to be a heck of a class. That's going to be a heck of a class of mod 4x4s.
I'm trying to find
yeah,
trying to find the guy that took a spot.
85 Light Pro.
It's here somewhere.
Oh, damn!
Freaking grief.
So this one will be hard to pick a winner. I don't know if I
Uh-huh.
could.
I'm going to take one of the Beasleys. I met them a couple years ago at Hearts Diesel one day. I'm going to go with Kendall. They're both nice to me. I can't pick the favorites, the blue ones. I'll let you guys have those. So
Yeah,
Mike
this
Matthews.
is tough. I'll take the Foreigner. I'll take Unchained.
out of Ontario.
I just talked to his son today. I'll take Mark's 8700.
Charles, you got any favorites in this class? You've been up close with them.
Yeah, I've been right close with him, and only because Ryan took Mark's 8700, I'm gonna go off in a different direction. Give me the Clown Show Demented.
I love it.
Now make sure you watch both sides of the tractor because it's different clowns, Charles.
Yes, it is.
Here we go. 8,000 super stock.
There is a scratch there.
High Hopes is not there. right?
Mysics are a scratch, aren't they?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
saw their Facebook page.
That's,
I'm going Mark Bradish, the M80.
Returning champ, I think.
Yep.
There's another tractor in that list was only inches behind him last year. And I mean, if you were standing there, you couldn't tell the difference without measuring.
I'll go with Henry's forced decision. Apparently, that wasn't
Okay.
it.
No.
Cody's
I'll
like,
take the Kryptonite tractor.
There you go.
that's the one. It was right on top of Bradish last year.
Yep.
Charles?
I am gonna go also with Henry Everman and Forced Decision.
Good deal. Okay, 8,000 diesel 4x4. Are these 2.6 or these 3.0s? What are these, Forrester?
All of the above.
All the above.
Okay.
There's a 3.6, 2.36 trucks in there. There's some 3.0s.
I'm taking pocket change.
That's actually, is he still a super stock or did he go back down to?
I'm not sure.
I think he's a big.
I think he's
big
a 3.6. Yeah, I think that's what.
I'll take Ricky's Dodge Ram.
Bruce?
It's just on name alone, just tapping it. You got to take it.
I had expected that out of me, not you, Ryan.
Yeah, I know, which is why I was surprised that you didn't take it.
I thought you were taking a Fred.
Charles?
Somebody take Fred. I hear Fred.
Fred's a great choice, but I know Greg personally. I'm going to go grab pocket change.
Okay. Okay, here's the Outlaw South, the 4x4. That's such a cool idea. I'm glad you guys do that. That's neat. I'm going to go Built on a Prayer because I like Bon Jovi. So.
I'll go Buckshot Reloaded.
Okay.
I like pulling vehicles with the name of the state in them, so I'll take the Virginia Lightning.
That's what Tony Kozar picked, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yep. They all are, really.
Adam Wilson's taking Virginia Lightning.
Crickets.
Don't know shit. I own an F-350. I'm going Ford F-350 Johnny Miller.
I like it. I like it.
Time to see how many friends Jason has.
Hey, Forrester.
Listen, I'm going to sell myself on this one.
Forrester, how you feeling? You feeling good?
I'm feeling real good. I am going to kick every one of their asses.
Okay, I'm gonna go Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf, like that little boy at Gordyville over the years. Forrester.
Yeah.
Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf.
Only because he's out there detuning the Z unit.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, every tractor in this class is sitting at Forrester's shop.
Exactly.
When a water line magically comes off at the starting line.
I'm going to go with Kayla's Billet Blue.
Like it. I like it. Bruce?
I'll take Devin.
Z Riggin.
Next.
They get P pumps for this one?
No.
They're all A-pump tractors.
A pumps. That changes. I'm going air British. Recycle red.
I
don't know if that tractor's going. I just saw some pretty nasty looking damage on their first fire up. I don't know what they're going to do.
They're going to blow shit up because that's the only way to find out. You got to break it.
Tony Kozar is really having a hard time. He feels like the only truck guy watching the show tonight. So if there's any truck guys watching, please comment in here. So, Tony, he's alone. He's by himself, and he needs some friends.
If it was P pump on that class, I would have gone with Devin like Ryan did. But
So I'd even have trouble picking top 4 out of that lineup. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's such
yeah.
a tough class. Such a tough class.
I'm
Okay, Saturday, 11 hot farm, 10 P pump. I'm going to go with I'm going smoking red, Cody Eisenhut.
Cody's a good dude.
You got to get the comments away if we're gonna. There you go. Um, I'm gonna go with Mama Tried.
Bruce?
I'll take the bad seed.
I'm going to go martial law because that's what's going to break out if we are wrong about any of this.
That's
Tony
a tough
Kozar-
runner.
Defending
Tony Kozar
champion.
saying Logan Probst. Aaron Bradish says, as long as the head gets fixed in time, we die grinder the piston, it's back in.
Awesome. Good job.
That's what she said.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah, Brave Farms is the defending champion.
Ah, cool. 7,800-pound mods. I'm going to go Lucas Heilman and the Night Train.
Hmm.
I've seen him run in Florida. So
I'm probably going to go with Barely Affordable because I feel like that's relatable.
Good pick.
That's the dad to Unaffordable.
ah,
And the
pretty
defending
original,
champ.
Kendra.
Yep.
And a
And
defending,
defending
champion.
champ.
Yep.
And another one with a great head of hair. The
Yeah.
mullet is strong on that man right there.
Nice.
Easy. Easy.
Kendra, is Norm watching? You better watch yourself.
He probably is.
You could
He'll
have
be
one,
okay. Competition's good.
I feel like you can have one hell of a mullet. I'm just saying, like from seeing you on camera, like you could have one hell of a mullet.
You know,
I'm
my
going to
wedding
take the
picture.
dirt grinder because he's from like 45 minutes away from where I grew up.
Charles?
In the current rule book as stated for this event, I've seen 2 of these as spec'd. I'm going to go Night Train.
Okay. Small block 4x4s. Forrester, what's the basic rules on this class? What's a small block?
So it's 410 cubic inch, 4,500 pound. And I tell you what, out of those 9 trucks, I can't even tell you which one you take.
Yep.
It is that close a competition. It's crazy.
Yep.
It is a fun class to watch.
I'm going to go the bootlegger because I liked it when it was a pro stock, or it still is a pro stock, but I'm going to take the bootlegger. So.
I'm gonna have to go with Mopar Magic because I drive a Dodge.
I thought the movie Analyze This was hilarious, so I'm taking that.
Well, since we're choosing vehicles based on name premise, Mountain Maniac!
Charles,
Defending-
put your helmet back on.
Defending champions, analyze this.
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Small block minis. I'm going to go.
Bring it up a little bit, Jason.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Yep. I'm going to go Art Klein because he's been posting a lot on Facebook, and I like that. That's good for the event. Playing for keeps out of Ohio.
I'm going with Dan May Cranked Up.
I'll take John Van Horn because just spooling around makes me think Chargers and turbos, and I think I've seen it run in Gordyville or Shipshawana.
Prior class commentary. Hooligan!
I love you, Charles. It is 11 o'clock at your house. I understand. So.
Yes, it is.
Is it cocaine or
Yes.
is it Red Bull or what is it? Nitroglycerin?
So this is 85 mod turbo, guys. I'm going to go. I'm taking Dr. LZ.
That's a wonderful selection.
I'm probably taking the Blue Reaper.
Barnyard Bully.
floor sweepings.
Barnyard Bully's the one that went right up the sand pile.
Way up the sand pile.
Way up the sand pile. Outlaw Rebels. I'm taking the Hulk because I can't say their last name.
Zakarauskas.
Zakarauskas. That isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, no, that's a beautiful truck. I've been watching them for years. So,
I'll take Bad Dog because I've slept since yesterday and I can't even tell you where I'm from.
Yeah, kind of odd.
Well said. Brucey?
Josh Reed is my homeboy in this class. Little Deuce.
Little Deuce.
Yeah, I'm Team Zakarauskas on the Hulk.
Got it. 10,000 Pro Farm. Is that the Bulls binder that was in Florida last weekend?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going with Kendall Weaver and the boss.
That's a rookie driver at this pool.
Yep.
First time.
Go Kendall.
I'm probably going with Chris and All Hooked Up.
Nice. Brucey?
Give me the limestone binder.
I like it.
I don't have a freaking clue for this class. I'm going to go Amish Ingenuity, and if you don't screw up, you're just going to have to push it.
Wow,
That's one
nobody
of our
picked.
title sponsors.
Yes. Society
Nice.
title spot. Nobody picked none of my hometown boys there, man. Wow. Powellsville, it's Jarrettsville, and Street.
Say that's a lot of really good tractors there.
Yeah.
Tony Kozar picked it. Tony Kozar picked it in the chats here. So.
Oh, Dave Doherty.
Yep.
I thought about that, but like I have a toxic back here, so
7,700 pound light limited turbo. We got to bust through this here. I'm going to go.
It's good to see Pete Kingston back on the track.
Fucking
I'm going-
A. Yes.
I'm going Red Tornado. Ricky Tavernier out of
I'm
Berryville, Virginia.
I'm going Lucifer. Dave Simcook. Talk.
Simcock. Brucey?
Ted Ingram, Acme Rocket.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't care. I'm going with my buddy Pete Kingston on the Haymaker. I love that guy.
I like it.
Yeah.
I want to take Russell Hildebrand, but I'm gonna save that for somebody else. I gotta talk the Hoyts and Hildenbrands were all together down at Louisville, and I never laughed so freaking hard in my life listening to those knuckleheads talk. So I'm gonna take Stress Case. So
Well, fine. I'll take Russ.
Yeah.
Russell. Yep. Loose cannon.
Give me Nutcase, Chris Hoyt.
and Charles.
I'm going to go with the Canadians. Let's go the Gambler.
The Gambler.
Defended champion. Yep.
Are those what's his name's old tractors?
Yes, they are.
Yep.
I figured. I can't remember his name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So.
I just edited a picture from them.
Oh, Dave Simcock says, thanks, guys. I'll give it my best. Tough tractors. So, good deal. Thanks for
We're
watching.
going to be looking for you if you don't, Dave.
All right.
I got to buy a live stream now. Thanks, Dave.
You can save $10 if you get the whole weekend. So
Yeah.
or if we win, right?
that's
Yeah,
right.
or if you win, go share the post.
There you go. I like it. 2 hours of your life you'll never have back, Jessica and Jason Forrester. Let's. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to kind of wrap it up. So, Jason, give us your 30-second Sunday. We'll sell you the seat, but you only need the Edge commercial.
I would say if Keystone was on any list of years to come, this is the year to come. I haven't seen as much excitement for a tractor pull as I have this year for Keystone from the pullers. People are calling and texting all the time. Like there's a lot of shit talking going on, which is always good.
Yep.
And there's a lot of guys spending a shit ton of money to pull this weekend. So I think it's going to be an awesome time. You're going to see some very nice painted up tractors These guys take a lot of pride in their equipment, trucks, tractors, the whole 9 yards. I think if there was ever a year to either watch or come, this is the year. I wouldn't want to miss out.
Awesome. First, and on behalf of all of us, Forrester, thank you for what you and your family have done for pulling, not just Keystone, just in general. You guys coming to, it's always going to be Gordyville. I don't care where Tucker has it. It's going to be Gordyville forever in my brain. But thank you so much. That's where we met you and got to know you, and it's been great.
Yep.
Yeah, no, same. I tell you, the tractor pulling is a lifestyle, and the people that we met and we work with all the time, and like this Keystone thing, like I said, the other committee members, the Oldens and Toby Markley, Guy Gokenar, JR, the Streets, Tom Street and his family, and everyone else around that bubble. It's been a real pleasure putting this pool on. It is a lot of fun. I can't wait.
Awesome. Jessica.
Yeah, I just think that, it's a great compilation of a lot of really good vehicles. And what I love about Keystone is that you can take the time and walk through the pits, and you won't come across a puller that isn't going to stop for a minute and talk to you, and tell you about their vehicle and share their passion for the sport. And I think that's what it's all about. And if you are watching by live stream, it's a real feel experience, and we're going to do our best to give you a great show either way.
I love it. Thank you, Jessica. Kendra B.
That's me. Yeah. To just carry on what they say, we try to make it a complete family experience, from the kiddie pools to, we have, everything you can imagine. I think like one year we had clothing sales out on the vendor row. There's obviously like Shy Diesels there, there's parts, there's everything on vendor row for anybody in your family. It is a 100% family friendly show. And like Jason said earlier, it is 100% not for profit. Nobody there that's working their butts off all weekend long are getting anything from it. We are literally doing it because we are all passionate about the sport. And I think it really comes across in the show. Everybody from the announcers to the track guys, everybody there, from the pits that nobody sees to the warm-up area out to the track, everybody there loves the sport, and it really reflects in our show. So come on out.
Awesome. And the JR.
You expect me to follow that up?
I do.
One thing I will add real quick: we do have a best appearing vehicle in every class. There's judges that'll go around and pick who they feel has the best appearing vehicle in each class. So, and are awarded a trophy, et cetera, for that. But yeah, I mean, I think Jason and Kendra and Jess said it all. Really, I mean, it's a great collaboration of good people that make this thing tick, and it's an endless list of people that are behind the scenes, help wise, that nobody knows, that really do a great job making this thing happen. And we have plenty of tickets left, both reserved and general admission seating. I know it's a pain in the butt, but sometimes when you go on the reserve seating site, you'll see that it looks like we're sold out. We are not sold out. I've been preaching this now for the last month or so. And please expand the map, move to a different section. There are seating available for all 4 shows. I even have if somebody wants a trackside spot with 10 seats, we have one more box seat section left. So check it out, live stream. I don't know what else to say, really. I think they all summed it up pretty good. Put it on your bucket list. Make sure you come out and support Keystone Nationals. It's a great pool. It's nonprofit, and it helps out good, like 4-H clubs, FFA, etc. So
Awesome. Well, if it's any sign of how many people are still watching our show after 2 hours, when it's just Charles and Roos and Cody and I, not this many people are still watching after 2 hours.
well, maybe we'll just have to come and help you out more often.
There you go.
Yeah, do it.
And I do want to say this is probably Jason Forrester. You can back me up here. We're over 250 plus entries, and for Keystone, I mean, we're usually right around 240 or so. We're over that this year. And another thing I noticed here, we've had some unfortunate last minute scratches, and there's somebody right there to take your spot. So, pullers want to come to this pool. So,
Yeah, I think what you'll find if you haven't been here the facility, the Pennsylvania Farm Show complex is A1. They run this thing to a T. It's very clean, very orderly. That helps the show also big time because it is so nice. The people that work there are so nice. They help us out wherever they can. It's been a really great experience partnering up with the Pennsylvania Farm Show complex.
Yeah, since day one, they've been fantastic.
Yes.
This is what Jessica touched on this earlier. There's your 20 states, your Canadians and DC. So this is all this is on the Keystone Nationals Facebook page as well. But here's kind of a nice breakdown of everything for everybody. And then when the pedal pull is Saturday, registration's at 9 a.m. So good stuff there.
And by the way,
that'll be there. So
Schultz, that pedal pull is no joke. The fella that does that for us, UATC has spread. I mean, this pedal pull is no joke. Like it is one of the real deal pedal pulls I've ever seen. So This guy's pumped up about it. We actually put dirt out in the expo hall for the kids.
Oh, wow.
To do dirt. They'll have a sand pile.
Yeah, sand pile.
They'll have a sand pile. It'll be mocking the big track. We're that into the kids.
That is awesome.
And the crowd gets into it. Like it's the coolest thing to see.
Yeah, and Saturday we actually have music playing in the pits as well, live music, right around the time the pedal pull starts and throughout the day. So that's a nice little addition to the atmosphere too.
And we'll have a jumbo screen in the pits that'll be playing what's happening in the arena. So if you're stuck in the pits for some reason, you can see what's going on the track.
That's neat.
Will I be able to see it from the registration trailer?
With a mirror.
Yeah.
Can we arrange the mirror?
It'll be literally above your head.
That's amazing
I
what they're
sit in
doing.
the chair. Will you go out there and arrange it for me?
I don't get to enjoy the pit building. I mean, I might get out there for a couple minutes and I got to turn and run for the show office. But yeah, it's amazing the work that they do to organize everything in there.
Kendra, can you see the screen?
Yeah, Dave, I think we need to arrange that. I definitely think that needs to happen. He would definitely fit.
Dave and I just became good friends too.
I knew you were going to say that, Bruce.
Yeah, and anybody who's giving Sweeney shit just for fun and because the sun came up today. Cheers.
I can't pull it up now, but I was talking to him earlier.
Attaboy. I miss that guy.
Jessica and Jason, thank you for involving us in your event this year. We're excited to be part of it and helping promote it, and we hope it's the biggest one ever. So thank you for coming on the show tonight. Kendra, JR, it's been fun.
Yep.
I've been live with you in Louisville.
As always. Yep.
Yes.
And Shipshewana, and it was a good time. It was a good time. I enjoy what you guys do on your shows every week, and I'm glad to see more and more people doing shows like this. And the more the merrier. The more people talking about truck and tractor pulling, the better off we're all going to be. And Forrester, it was great really talking to you down in Florida. That was fun. We're going to have that interview queued up here in a couple days with you. And again, just thank you for what you do for pulling, because it takes families like yours to keep this going. Because you're humble, and I know you got a lot of people around you, but without you spearheading this, Jason, it's not happening. So thank you very, very much. So,
Hey, let's not let him off the show. I need to ask a question.
okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering
For
if
all
that was
three-
coming.
For all four of you.
This is the last one of the night.
You can steal any pulling vehicle from any time period in history and go pulling with it for a weekend, and you don't have to pay the bills if you wreck it. What are you taking? Where are you taking it, and why? This is for all of you.
Oh,
That's too easy for me.
This is like
Well,
the
then hit us.
signature.
Red line fever. Red line
Say it,
fever
JR,
all the
you
way.
go first.
Okay,
Red
hold
line
on.
fever.
Nope, Jerry, let me hook you up there. Here we go.
Okay. Red line fever. It's hard to beat.
Where and why?
Where and why? I'd love to bring it right here and beat up on some green pro stocks. How's that? That's going to start some conversation in the morning, but it's a great tractor. Makes great power, and I think it's record says enough for it. So.
I like it. Kendra?
I would have to go with my dad's old tractor, Johnny Law, just because it got.
There you go.
Do you sleep with that at night, or?
It's his whoopee.
TMI.
Yeah, I would have to go with my dad's old tractor, Johnny Law, just because it got me into the sport. It made me fall in love. Where? I don't know. We have a lot of really good tracks. I have a lot of tracks with a lot of good memories. Easton's one of my favorite tracks. We always joke. We always have a lot of good stories. Jason, I'm sure, remembers the night at the Steak and Shake on the way home from Easton.
Good things always happen at Steak and Shake after tractor pulls.
I literally thought we were going to die that night.
I have thought that too.
Or Vern's truck breaking down on the side of the road with all the zip ties and the duct tape. Yeah, Easton always has a lot of good stories. So I would say Johnny Law at Easton, Maryland, Tuckahoe.
Easton, Maryland? Okay.
Yep.
Real. Good stuff. All right, we're going to let Forrester go last. Jessica?
I'm going to follow Kendra's lead, and for sentimental reasons, I'm going to pick my dad's limited pro that we sold last summer to a gentleman in New York. It's called Red Rock, and I don't know, I'd probably bring it on the home track to Keystone.
Good deal. Good deal. All right, Forrester, we gave you 3 days.
So I actually am lucky enough to drive the tractor that I wanted to always be on. But if I was going for another one, there was a guy that ran a John Deere 6030 in Western PA, and it was called Putty Cat.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I think his name was I want to say it was McMaster, Larry McMaster. But it was a John Deere called the Putty Cat. And as a young guy going around with my dad, he pulled against my dad. This guy was the coolest dude. He would put me up on the fender of his tractor and we'd ride around. And I don't know. That tractor's always stuck in my brain, and it would have been a hot farm tractor. You know what I mean? Like It's not a something super special. It just was a cool tractor.
You just made Rusa's year by answering that the way you did, Forrester. So, but no, these are the
and
stories
not because of the fact that it's a 6030.
No,
it's because you created a memory on that tractor. Where is it now? Do you know?
Unfortunately, the guy, it was, and this happens in tractor pulling a lot, and I'll put this out there that you shouldn't be doing this. Everyone thinks they got a handle on their pulling tractor. They take it out in the driveway. They light it up in the driveway. There's so many things that can go wrong by doing that. And he was testing his tractor out, going down his driveway, and pump stuck on it, and he lost control, and he died.
Oh, dear.
So which I know is a very sad story. But saying all that, you really have to watch these pulling tractors are really no joke. And if you get on them and think you're going to cowboy on them, not hooked to a sled, there can be some pretty rough repercussions from that.
Yep.
So much can happen so fast. We've seen it time and time again, even hooked to a sled. Yeah, it's
Yep,
so fast.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories out there, pump sticking or whatever, and people running through the shop door.
It happened to Greg Elson.
yeah.
I've been down the track.
Clutch has that MX sheet metal.
Yeah, I mean, just for me pulling for the last 34 years, I've been down the track probably 1,500 times, and I still get the butterflies of getting on that tractor because there is a lot of uncertainty of what could happen. They're very safe, and I'm not getting to that, but you have to have that drive to want to keep pulling. You know what I mean? You have to have that butterflies in you. And the guys get so excited. I hear them. You know, I talk to them. I'm like, I was out in the driveway and hooked it to the bulldozer. And, you see videos of guys doing this. Yeah, that's all fun. But you better be hooked to something on a pulling tractor. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. Well, Jason, Jess, JR, Kendra, thank you for joining us tonight on Let's Grow Pulling. And good luck this week. And we'll see you in a couple days. So,
Yep.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you.
Thanks,
See you guys.
guys.
Thanks for
Have a
coming
good
on.
night.
Okay, Charles, how did you keep your hair that beautiful after taking the helmet off? So,
Okay, can before we go too far, can we just say how much that's Kramer hair? I know this dates me, but it there's a little bit of Kramer hair there.
You know, I appreciate you actually wearing the hat the way that you did tonight.
I did that on purpose.
It means a lot.
Oh, hey, you're gonna get a kick out of this too.
I saw that.
I'm wearing my Tom Harmon shirt.
That's awesome. Yeah. Wow.
I thought Kramer would have wore that shirt too. I'm just saying. Not just the hair, like the shirt too.
Sorry, not in the mood to be a smartass after what Jason just left us with.
Yeah, I feel that.
no, it's legit. It's legit, but those stories need to be told. So next time before you get out
They
there
do.
and do that.
They
So.
They do, and I'm glad he told it.
Because it's like Charles, if Jason Forrester says that, people are going to listen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's one. I mean, that's a gigantic name in the pulling world, the Forrester name. We all know that. So
it just hits. And we've all got those same stories. Every single one of us can echo with one. And yeah, just all of a sudden hits.
nope, and that's fair. And that's fair. We need to wrap this up anyway, guys. It's getting late, but great show tonight. Keystone sounds like an awesome event. For all of you that are heading out there this week, great 16th through the 18th. Got great event coverage of it. If you can't be there, watch polling.tv. Shipshewana, Indiana is also going on.
Yes.
The NTPA Spring Nationals. Friday night, Saturday night. It's just Friday night, Saturday night. It's not the Tucker Shipshewana of 6 sessions. It's just Friday night,
Right.
Saturday night. They get them in, they get them out. But I know they have a big crowd. I saw Blake Howell had some pictures up earlier, them building the track. And then we got the Mac Trailer Winter Nationals right on the heels of that back in Louisville on Saturday night. So it was fun to have these Coast guys on. Go.
There's a week in between because the Mac Trailer show is, I believe, the
April 1st.
1st of April.
Yes.
There's a big garden tractor pull in Waterloo we're going to go to the 24th and 25th. I don't know what else is going on that weekend, Bruce.
Meekum is that weekend in
Meekum's not the
Davenport.
same
If you want to go
weekend?
to a collector tractor auction.
Meekum's not the same weekend as Matt's. It was last year, Ryan.
No, it's a week prior.
All right.
And there's also the open house for if anybody's a big fan of like steam engines and prairie tractors, the great big lumbering four bangers from, pre 1930. My friends at Almond Vintage Power are having their open house that weekend as well. I'm going to go down there for that.
Where's
I
that at?
may try and sneak into Meekum as well.
Is
Do
that
a
in
little bit of
Illinois?
this stuff there, but they've promised me that I could drive a prairie tractor, which might be kind of badass or terrifying. Maybe both.
So, Ryan, I don't know what a prairie tractor is.
Think giant gas or kerosene powered, the stuff that's not a steam engine, but it's still like 17 feet tall.
Okay, that's fair.
Probably a ladder, but it's okay.
Well, that's all good.
I'm going to try to go to Shipshewana on Saturday and take that in and see how things go. Tony Kosar, I am so glad to see you back in this and commenting. Miss you, dude. Glad you're back in the game.
Yeah, it's about damn time.
Wow.
Glad you came out of the woodwork again.
Yes, sir. Yeah, glad you're back, dude. I'm pumped you're going to be a part of stuff out on the East Coast, and sport needs you. So glad to see you again.
Good stuff. Well, guys, anything else?
That's it for me.
Tony, thanks for all the comments tonight. You alone kept the show very, very entertaining. So Schultes are getting their motor put back together finally. So that's good. Tony says, I hope I didn't kill your comment line here. I never shut up, laugh out loud.
No,
Reasons I'm
no.
announcing. No,
Nope.
that's so good for the algorithm, and you made it fun, Tony.
Glad you're back, Tony.
Yep, it's fun. Well, guys, I'm gonna play the video a couple times that JR put together, and then I'm gonna end her. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night.
Later on.
See you, fellers. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Support polling. Go to it. Buy the live stream.